Detroit Auto Parts is the official parts store of Redline Radio and home of our original studio. Now the home of Talking About Balls, the best show at Redline Radio. They have two convenient locations. East side, call 216-531-7373, or on the west side, 216-398-7373. Mention Redline Radio and receive 10% off of your purchase.
Growing Wings Adult Services is the official sponsor of the old home for Talking About Balls, state-of-the-art Studio 2. Growing Wings Adult Services has over 7 years of experience with taking care of adults with disabilities. For more information, give Lisa a call today at 234-334-7547.
Voted #1 remote guest by all of America at Dynatech. Talking About Balls. We're here to tell you that Dynatech is the best. As testified by many satisfied customers, their diamond saw blades are the fastest cutting and longest lasting. Customer satisfaction is how they measure success. Their engineers are always available to help you troubleshoot and solve a problem on your job site. Dynatech is the only saw blade company recommended by the pavement marking manufacturing industry. Located in Elyria, Ohio, Dynatech is committed to being the top diamond saw blade company around the world. Their products include saw blades, abrasive blades, pavement marking blades, core drill rigs, core drill bits, high-speed gas saws, masonry saws, walk-behind saws, tile saws, other construction equipment. They stand behind their products with a warranty and customer service that keeps their customers satisfied and earns us the ranking of best in the industry. Dynatech. Contact Dynatech today, 161 Reeser Court, Elyria, 44035, or call 1-800-446-9001, or visit their website, dynatech.com.
Do you like NASCAR? Do you like collecting NASCAR items?
No.
Give Pit Road Diecast a call today if you want to go and purchase those awesome looking cars to add to your collection. They specialize in all the current and past, living and dead, NASCAR diecast and or model car kits. For all of your diecast needs, call 216-355-2347, mention Redline Radio, and receive 10% off your first in-store purchase.
If you want to remember the good old days where you had internet to do your radio show, throw it on a t-shirt. Call Incredible Keepsakes. T-shirts, cups, binders, keychains, you name it, Incredible Keepsakes can make it and customize it for you. The official merchandise provider for Redline Radio LLC and all the show hosts. Call 440-242-9648 or go to their website, www.incrediblekeepsakes.com. As Diane would say, cherished moments are made to last forever.
Are you remodeling your bathroom, kitchen, need new windows?
Need a new desk for two show hosts?
I was just going to say that, but I'm so glad you beat me to it, because you know what? Wiggins Construction Home Improvement does everything you need them to do. Residential and or commercial. Give Will a call today, 440-731-7654. And of course, tell him that Team Redline sent you.
I talk a lot of smack here at Redline Radio, and you know what I'm not worried about? Getting some bad juju. That's karma. But you know what is great juju? The band Bad Juju. They're the official band of Redline Radio, covering all your favorites from the 80s and 90s. To book Bad Juju, call Chad Moon at 440-458-0209.
I'm going to jump ahead to this one because I love Ohio Wheelman Series. They race cars. They're quick. They're fast. I haven't watched them yet, but I did see a video last year when Dave was showing it on Facebook, and they look pretty fun. Premier Stock Car Racing Series in Northeast Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. Redline Radio is a proud sponsor of the Wheelman Series. Remember, we are still looking for 2024 sponsors. No better way to get your company logo on some of the fastest cars in the state. Not to mention, local racers are some of the most loyal people when it comes to supporting our sponsors.
If you're throwing some old rickety chairs out the window and one of them happens to hit the sidewalk and you put a crack in it, call ACS, Affordable Concrete Solutions, LLC, to come by and check it out. Call today, 440-714-1987, or give them an email, affordableconcretesolutions.llc@gmail.com.
Is your car broken down? Can you not start it? Is it not running? Do you have a tire that's flat? Give Tuffy Auto Care a call today. It's more than just a slogan. At Tuffy, we stand behind our work and promise it'll be done right. Period. Or guess what? They're going to fix it for free. Tuffy is located at 649 Leona Street in Elyria, Ohio.
If you're looking to put on a Bob Marley album and not get arrested for the things you're doing while you're listening to it, you're going to want to go to Puff and Roll Vape and Smoke Shop. All legal all the time. Your one-stop shop for vaping, CBD, and Kratom in Elyria, Ohio. Your favorite local smoke shop located at 464 North Abbey Road. Contact them today at 440-444-4443, not 420. Ask for Dave or Dan when you mention Redline. You get 10% off your purchase.
It's going to be getting cold here shortly. We're coming off a very hot summer, but is your AC not currently working? Are you afraid your heat's not going to work when the weather turns cold? And I'm going to power through that one because that's what we do here. Give Sensible Solutions HVAC Services a call today, specializing in service, maintenance, repair, and installation. 440-985-8387.
That wasn't because Kyle couldn't read. It was because he was cold. He was shivering. So he's going to have to call and get his HVAC serviced. All Pro Freight Systems, large order freight shipping located in Northeast Ohio. One call hauls it all. All Pro Freight System located at 1200 Chester Industrial Parkway in Avon, Ohio. Ask for Matt, 440-933-2222. They can haul away your old chairs if you want to get rid of them. If you're interested in advertising with the station, get a hold of Dave at 440-503-0828. For all of our programming information, you can go to www.redlineradiolllc.com. Check out Redline Radio LLC on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Want to take Redline Radio on the go? Download the Redline Radio LLC app at the Google Play Store. After a much-needed week off, we're back to finally catch you up on the AFC and NFC championship games.
Yeah, and the Browns, guess what? Finally hired an OC and a new line coach.
One of them's coming back for a second time. And we're going to get you ready for the Super Bowl this Sunday. Chiefs versus the Niners. All that and more tonight on the OC. Coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking About Balls. I am Justin George, joined as always by Kyle Price and Timbuktu. Gentlemen.
Man, I forgot how good that opening is. Just gets you kind of pumped.
It does. I liked the, Cleveland, this is
someone.
for you. And then we had the videos, and half the guys in those videos aren't even in Cleveland anymore. So it's like, it's time to change it up. And I like it's more of our style, I think. Like, we do a sports show, so we'll cover all the sports shit. We don't need to play you a video of sports and then talk about sports. I figure let's do something different.
I like it.
I love it.
I want some more.
I was thinking about that. I immediately thought of that country song as soon as you guys said that. It wasn't him, but R.I.P. Toby Keith.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do it because I know they're going to do a moment of silence for Toby Keith on Unscripted, so I just want to do it before them. They love doing moment of silence. For
Yeah,
Toby.
that's definitely Dave's thing.
100%. He loves doing that. Like, I appreciate it. He did one for my friend over the weekend.
it.
I respect it, but
Yeah.
it's not my thing.
What's the chances that that they all have red Solo cups on the show?
1,000%. I would say it's a lot.
You might forget.
Chipper's coming in with a pack of them because he knows Dave's going to forget, so he'll come in with a pack. Chipper, I think,
That's good friendship right
Chipper
there.
changed his Facebook profile picture to a fucking red Solo cup, I think, yesterday.
Oh my
So-
god, they're all buying in.
And what's funny is Chipper clearly was out of the loop because I thought the stomach cancer thing was pretty well known,
Yeah.
like for years.
I don't know about years. He's been sick for a while, but I guess he's had issues. But I don't know
I remember the stomach cancer story came out like at least a year ago. Like, it's
Yeah.
been out for a while. And then when he died, Chipper was like, what? Like, it blew him away.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, he was just performing. He just had a concert like a month and a half ago.
You got to pay those medical bills.
I know, right? But he sound like that's crazy, right? Because like he's half of what he used to be. Like he
ain't as good as he once was.
Oh, there it is. High five.
That was perfect. I know a couple Toby Keith songs, and that was one of them.
I was like, I'm gonna set something up here. Here we go. But okay, so great joke. Wow, Jesus. Rest in peace. But so he's half the guy he was, right? But his voice sounded like nothing changed. Like, it's
Was
crazy.
it really him singing though?
I think it was.
You sure about that?
Yeah, because he did like a behind the scenes, like he was driving around in his car and like he was singing off like speakers around like this one town, like
I
actually
saw
singing.
somebody clipped that video.
And
yeah.
it was him. It was him singing. He sounded normal. Like
Yeah.
he sounded like himself.
Yeah, it sounded all right. He was singing the America.
Yeah, red,
Who
white,
put a
and
boot in
blue.
your ass
Yeah,
song. Yeah,
The old George W. theme song.
that one's what really gotten popular.
Yeah, it was. I mean, thank God for 9/11, right?
For him and his bank account. Yeah, he was like, sorry everybody, but that's probably why he got cancer. That's karma.
Oh no!
You profited off of so many victims that
Oh,
God's like,
man.
dude, I can't have that. You're done. If you
Yeah.
believe in that kind of thing. I personally don't. So that's just a theory.
Jory, a friend showed Jory yesterday. Is like, I knew that Trump was a cancer, but I didn't think it was literal.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Toby Keith got a little too close.
Oh man.
You guys should do a stand up as a duo. You guys are hilarious.
Real
That's
quick,
why we do the show.
this is our weekly
Because we pretty much just we're riffing right now.
Yeah.
None of this was discussed in advance.
That's just how good we are. Just bounce off each other like that.
For sure.
Real quick though, somber note. Yes, rest in peace, Derek. Right, friend of the show.
Yeah, my buddy Derek. You've probably seen him in the comments. Derek McLemore, a friend of mine. I've known him for 20 plus years. Truthfully, one of my best friends when I was in high school. I spent damn near every day with that kid. He was a couple years older than me, so he was out of high school. I was still in high school, but we hung out every day. I'd get out of school. He'd come pick me up. We'd hang out, play basketball, party, just had fun. So many good experiences and memories. Tragically, he had an undisclosed, untreated illness. I don't want to go into too much detail, but he was found unresponsive a couple weekends ago and passed away. He was 36. So
I've met him a couple times.
Yeah.
Hung out with him, had drinks with him. Good guy.
Nicest guy in the
new
world.
Sports, like to talk
Loved
sports.
sports. They even, I don't want to speak too much of it, but he was, when they dressed him for the casket, he was in a Browns jersey.
That's awesome.
The tribute card that you get, the memorial card, had a Browns helmet on there. They told everybody, like, there were a couple people that showed up in Browns gear to the wake.
Wow.
So he was a diehard Browns fan.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. So
Caught me off guard.
So young.
Did not see it coming. I just got a phone call and they said, Derek passed away, and I was like, what? Like, come again?
You
It
guys like
didn't
reset
register.
yourself. Yeah, when you texted me, it's like I was like, for me, it took a second. I'm like, are we talking about the same Derek? Like,
Yeah,
really?
it-
Yeah, wow.
I did not see it coming. So yeah, that sucked. This
Not
week
to
sucked.
switch gears. I'm sorry, but I wanted to just pay the respect. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
absolutely. Went to his wake on Monday.
good service and everything.
Oh, it was awesome. Saw
Great.
so many people that I haven't seen in 10 plus years. Derek was such a nice guy. Had a lot of friends. Had people that if he met you and became friends with you, he kept contact. Like, he would not ignore you or forget about you. So seeing people that I haven't seen in, again, 10 plus years was really cool. I was there for the whole time. I was nervous because I'm like, I don't really go to too many wakes and funerals and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't really know how I'm going to feel. I'm going to get there early. It started at 5. I got there at like 5:15. And I'm like, I told Tara, I'm like, I don't know if I want to stay that long. Like, we might only be there for like a half hour, but I ended up staying until they kicked us out. So
Did you get up a lot of old friends?
Oh, 100%. There was one guy, shout out to our friend Pat, Pat Kotar, who kind of went off the grid, got married, no social media, didn't keep in touch with people, which his prerogative. And saw him. He came there and hadn't seen him in 10 plus years. So it was really nice to catch up with him.
Awesome.
We literally just told stories and, reminisced and had a really good time. And ironically enough, my friend Derek, his favorite bar in the world is Rookies in Parma Heights. And when I was like underage, I was like 18, we'd go up there because they didn't ID and they had $2 anything Friday nights. We'd go up there and get fucked up every week. And he went up there. Like, I stopped going up there because I met Tara, kind of matured a little bit. I didn't go out drinking as much. He was still going up there like multiple times a week. He was a regular. And the funeral home was literally next door to Rookies. So afterwards, I stopped up there and had a beer for old time's sake.
Absolutely. That's
yeah,
great.
it was a good
memory.
time. But
wow.
yeah, shout out to Derek. I'm not
That's
really
where I hung out
religious.
with him
So
a couple of times was actually at Rookies.
he was obsessed with that place. So I'm not a religious guy. So I don't do like the thoughts and prayers and everything. Obviously, I spent more time at his house than I did my own house for a while, just because I hung out with him so much. So his family was like my family for a while. So seeing them was good and bad. It sucked because of the circumstances, but seeing his family again was really cool, and saying hi to them. And they immediately were like, oh my God, I remember when this happened, that happened. We
all
had
the
so many good
memories come
stories.
flowing back out, right?
Yeah, so it was really good to see them all. But yeah, I feel horrible. Yeah, it sucks. One of my best friends, we've been trying to catch up, and he wanted Tara to meet his girlfriend, but we just couldn't make it happen because we're adults, we're busy all the time. But yeah, it sucks. Definitely a bummer.
Didn't mean to change gears there. Apologize.
No,
Just
I was
wanted
going to talk about him anyway, so
Yeah.
that was perfect.
See, again, we didn't talk about this for the show. It just happens naturally.
No, that's
Absolutely.
Yeah, for those of you wondering, last week Kyle was out of town. I was going to do a show, just me and Tim. We were going to do a quick one, but that was right after my buddy passed, and I was like, you know what? Like, the more I sat there, I'm like, I don't have the energy for a show tonight. I'm not feeling it, so we took it off.
Yeah, definitely. It felt good to have a day, but I didn't know it was for that reason.
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling funny and like didn't really feel like doing anything. Tara was off work, and I as soon as I got home from work, I looked at her. I'm like, I really don't want to do a show tonight. I'm not up for it. She's like, well, then don't do one. I was like, man, that's fair enough. That's a good enough.
Right, it's good enough.
Yeah, all right, that works.
And I was gonna.
She
try
supported
to,
you.
I was gonna try to jump on if I got back to the hotel in time where I was, but I ended up being at the fucking Oyster Bar until like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and drinking and fucking.
I fucking love
seafood.
oysters.
I didn't eat any oysters. Ate a lot of seafood
I
though.
love
but
oysters.
They had this amazing.
I've only had them once.
They had this amazing.
Oh, I get them all the time.
It was like a surf and turf. So I got like half a steak and half of like a smoked salmon.
Okay.
fucking tits, man. And this place, it's
There's
crazy.
2 of them for sure.
Yes.
Salmon tits.
So I was in Fort Wayne where I was at. So in this, I went to
Known for their
Lima.
local seafood.
Right, exactly. That's the crazy part, right? So this transition into BS moment. So I was.
Oh,
in
really
Lima-
quick. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Ebony, what's up? I wanted to make sure you guys were watching. Ebony, I know I told you on Facebook. Really sorry I couldn't make it on Saturday night. I swear to God, Tara and I had it planned. And then when I showed up to my brother-in-law's, because the plan was go to my brother-in-law, have dinner, and then go to your birthday party. He walked me to a bar across the street and had set up a surprise diaper party for me that I had no idea was coming. So I got tied up with that. Otherwise, I was 100% coming to your birthday. I apologize. I couldn't be there. I feel bad. I feel like an asshole for not coming, but
He absolutely said, "Fuck her." I'm
Kyle
not
can
going.
attest. He was at my diaper party,
Yeah, I was
so
there.
I was a little tied up.
We had a couple drinks, beverages.
Full intention to go to. I was like, Tara, we got to leave at like 9 o'clock at the latest so we can get to Ebony's party. She's like, sounds good. We were prepared. Couldn't do it because of the diaper party. Totally had it planned though to make it, but I got a surprise party. Nothing I can do,
No, it's a good time though.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
How was it? You were there.
It was cool when I finally got there.
Yeah, I saw you get stuck in traffic.
Yeah. Grape had asked me about the show.
You kept telling everybody it was at the Kava bar. That was the funniest thing.
I thought it was at the Kava.
I think I told you like 2 weeks ago. I'm
You
like,
told me, and
"No,
then
it's not at the
Ebony
Kava
said
bar."
something. I fixed it.
And then you made your post on Facebook and you're like, then going to be at the Kava bar. And I'm like, Tim, no, you're not.
No, yeah. I seen that. I seen it once you said it. I fixed it, and then Ebony said it. I was like, my bad. Like I send the emoji or like, oh, and then you see me change it, edit it.
Oh, I didn't see the edit on there. I made the comment. I saw Ebony laughed at it, and then that was it.
Yeah, I changed it, and then I had came. She said that's okay. That is way more important because the baby for sure. But I made it. I did make it. Like I said, I had another show that I had to do, so I was already double booked. But I had told Grape like I come, but I'm already booked. So when I can get there is when I get there. On top of once the actual freeway lockup happened.
Yeah, what was that?
Oh, so my dad told me it was actually like a shootout on the freeway.
Ooh, no shit, Jesus!
I don't know the full details because I
This is
really don't.
East Side, right? Highway.
Exactly.
I mean, tell me where I'm telling lies here. I guess.
You see how normal I reacted to it.
Yeah, Tim's like shit.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Just another Wednesday in Cleveland. What can I say? No, I'm just kidding.
But I didn't know what was going on. Actually, being in the line.
Right, you're just sitting back there like thinking you're gonna pull up to some accident. Like, what the fuck? What's going on?
People can't drive. I'm used to
Yeah,
it, you know. And I had messaged the first venue. Shout out to Jarrell. That's what I did Saturday. I had to tell him like, yo, on the freeway, I'm stuck. I ain't never been in like lockdown traffic like this.
Right.
Nobody's moving.
Bad. I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nobody moved. Like literally nobody moved.
Some crazy lady was out there.
Do you ever get in that
No
traffic
shit.
where you don't move and in the car you're like, there better be fucking someone dead up there? I don't know why I'm not moving right now.
Damn, no, I don't
there
really.
better be a reason. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. That's extreme, right? But to me, I'm like, there better be a goddamn good reason as to why we're not moving right now.
What pisses me off is when you're stuck in traffic like that,
Yeah.
and then you get up and there's not an accident or
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
you're just like, how did we get stuck like that? And then
it's
10 minutes later, once you get past it all, it's all clear. And you're like, why the
Because
fuck were we all stopped?
somebody stopped at one point, which then railroaded everything else. That's what I'm saying. Is like, then my thought is like, if we're gonna be stopped like this, there better be a reason when I get up there as to why we're stopped.
No,
and then you
that's
get
fair.
up there like, whatever, okay, now it makes sense. But if I get up there and it's just normal traffic that just goes faster now,
Yeah.
I want to punch a baby in the face.
Yeah.
Kyle's like, I'm going to make a dead body on
I'm
this
gonna make a dead
highway,
body.
and it's going to be a baby.
It's gonna be this
especially.
old bitch next to me. She can't drive.
It's
I'm
gonna be a
beat her
baby.
ass.
That's crazy. But yeah, that getting stuck in there, I was just like, all right,
I
but
don't
I was
punch babies, Justin. I want to hold your baby when it's born.
Kyle doesn't punch him. He throws him out his window on the highway so people drive by and go, oh, that's why we were at a standstill. And they just keep going. Nobody tries to help it. They're just like, oh, that's why.
Pro-life, motherfucker. There's a baby right there.
Thank God somebody pushed it to the side of the road so we can go now.
Put a flare out for a baby.
so
It's okay, guys.
I turned around because I seen somebody else like fully turn around. I don't know. They must have had scanners or something new. But so I turned around with them and we hit the little emergency exit. And as I getting off the freeway, because I was at this point, I'm like, I'm gonna just take the streets. I know the way. They had the freeway. They had police blocking the freeway. Like you could not get on the freeway. They had the flares out and everything.
That's fun. That's when you know it was a
So-
shooting or something. That's fucked up.
Or a bad accident. I mean,
Our terrible
No, they
accident.
let you drive by during an accident. If it's shooting, that's when they're like, ah, fuck, get them off.
That is hilarious. But yeah, it was. So I knew it was just bad in
Yeah,
general
yeah.
if they doing that.
yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, there's nothing I could do. Like I'm not about to be
Yeah,
bad.
Traffic, you can't control
You
traffic,
cannot control somebody shooting up anything. So
especially in Cleveland. Whether it's out of a gun or in their arms, whatever. There's a lot of shooting up in this area.
right. So
True statements.
it was kind of cool because I was like, damn, I should took the streets into Denton in the first place because it seemed like it was so much quicker, but it's also coming from a standstill. So I don't know. But it was dope to do the first show. I kind of just went up there and winged it. The second show, I didn't even have to do anything. I just went up there. My buddy actually had messaged me like, "Oh, you doing a show at the second place or at the other place?" Like, yeah, I'll be there as soon as I can get there. So it was crazy to see everybody there, but I ain't do no comedy because the show was already over by the time I got the grape in them. It was like 11.
Yeah.
I mean, it was maybe 10:30. I don't know. It was late.
Damn, it was that late.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, nothing you could do. You tried.
Yeah, and the one homie at the first show, Jarrell, he put me on first. Like the other comedians was there. I walk in and he let me go up.
The lady
Like,
was having
as soon
a
as-
crisis and fired 2 shots and went on an 80-mile chase. That's why they put the stops.
No shit.
What the fuck?
Damn.
What the fuck are stop sticks?
It's like the spike strip, whatever it's called.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. You just make sure flex up your tires so you
Got
can't
it.
go.
I'm sitting there thinking like they had sticks on the road that said stop. Is that what they were?
Yeah, it was just a guy. They called all the traffic cops up and they're like, stop it.
Stop.
like the airplane.
I'm picturing a bunch of like crosswalk guards out there
With
with,
the
the stop
whistles.
signs.
Yeah. They don't call like the FBI. They're like, get the unit together. And it's
Get
just
the-
all the traffic. They're like, shit, where's my green vest? Where's my fluorescent vest?
It has
at?
to be
Stop.
reflective.
It's like it's a bunch of grandmothers and grandfathers like walking out on the highway trying to stop.
They
traffic.
have them like lined up. They're holding up the yield, and then it slowly turns into stop. And they're like, "She's not listening. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. It's not working."
That is
Oh,
hilarious.
God damn it.
That is hilarious. I was supposed to go to this place on Sunday.
I always love
I
this part of
forgot.
BS. We're going down Tim's memory right now. Great.
This is funny. But I just realized I was supposed to be somewhere Sunday. And I missed it. But I realized it today as I was sitting here. I'm like, dang, message him and everything. Like, yo, I missed it. My bad.
That happens.
I was sorry. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, well, we can go back to Kyle. We cut him off. I got
it's okay.
I got caught up with Ebony. I felt so bad that I couldn't go to the party. I wanted to make sure that
I
I
was just gonna-
apologized on air to
I
him.
was just going to talk more about the seafood in Fort Wayne, but anyways, no. So the best part about this was that we went to this place. It literally was a hole in the wall place. So you're like, fuck, we're gonna get food poisoning.
Hey, you're definitely walking out of there with
But
diarrhea.
We walked in and it was a very unique, like small. It only had like maybe 12 tables. The chef, the owner, he's the head chef, came down and talked to us for like 30 minutes, told us the history of the place. The place used to be a prohibition center. So
Oh,
there's actually like it's everything inside from when it was originally built. But in the back is where the mob, I guess Al Capone used to come down from Chicago and go to this place. They're in the back where there's seats. That's where he used to go. There used to be like a wall there. Down
What's up, Dave?
in the basement, they have like prohibition chutes, meaning like there's open like slots where people would just put their hand in and grab something like a bottle or whatever and go move on.
Oh yeah.
Like, so he was telling the whole history. So it was really cool. The seafood, it was amazing. I asked that question, like, Fort Wayne seafood don't connect. He goes, so we have direct partnerships with FedEx, UPS, whatever, that deal directly with these food manufacturers that get it to you literally overnight. So the
So you got mail order fish.
so basically the food we're eating that day was sent in that morning or the night before and it's cooked. So that's as fresh
it's
as
like-
you're gonna get.
Tim's future Russian wife. It was overnighted FedEx.
But honestly, I give him the guy told us a story. He was born and raised in Fort Wayne. He went to the West Coast. He actually was a minor league baseball player until he threw his arm out. He then got into it's like the whole story you see off a movie. He had a VW Bug van. He drove from Seattle. He went all the way up and down the West Coast. He would work wherever he could. He was learning from all these different chefs.
I think you're just describing Forrest Gump.
Yeah. But
And he got a big shrimp boat. It was the coolest thing.
Bubba Gump Shrimp.
His
Bubba
partner in the restaurant didn't have any legs. It was the damnedest thing.
Bubba Gump.
Send a dad ice cream.
He and his wife bought the building, and his wife's a real whore.
So I mean, he's telling this story, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm like, so he went to school, he got his whatever, and he's got his license, he's chef. He actually whatever is a good. And I'm like, so I gotta ask a question because I work in the hospitality. I talk to a lot of cooks. I'm like, I always ask him like, what do you guys think about the show The Bear, right?
Mhm.
And like he flips his arm over, and right here it has like this, as like
yes, chef.
no, so it has like the whatever the scissors or the knife right there,
Yeah.
and then it says every second counts.
Mhm.
You know, because that's a big thing in the
Yeah.
world. He goes, I love that show. He goes, I love it because when I watch it, I get some anxiety because it's truly what happens inside of a kitchen sometimes. He goes, but the details they have, like especially in the second season about polishing the forks, right?
Yeah.
He goes, that type of shit is like literally the basis of being really good at your job, right?
Yeah, I mean, my understanding is that the cast of The Bear, they actually went and worked in
Yeah.
restaurants to like
Yeah.
understand how to do it in the show.
Yeah, so we talked about that for a while. It's a really cool story. But just in Fort Wayne of all places, you get this like history place and an oyster bar that my boss took us to. That he's like, yeah, you got to try this place. It's really good. So it was fun. It's a good time.
I would have walked out when the guy was like, I love the show The Bear. I'd be like, all right, sorry, yeah.
Peace.
Your taste sucks.
But no. Other than that, the last week was just busy with work, and then obviously I'm glad we got to go celebrate your little diaper party. It was nice.
That was a good time. That was a very fun time.
Little humbling time. I hate fucking hating off simulators, but no,
I do too, dude. I learned that the hard way. Really quick, Dave says he just left JT's place. The wings are great. I'd love to try the wings there. I like a good wing.
JT's.
I'm actually planning on going to Pounders this Sunday before the Super Bowl to get some wings because this is my last weekend baby free. So I got to get all my fun in that I can. So I told Tara, I said, one last little hurrah. I want to go to Pounders. I want to get some good wings on the day of the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go there and eat some wings.
What's your plans for this Super Bowl? This chilling in your basement?
Yeah, Tara
Pants
has
half,
been
dance
very
half?
honest. She said, aside from going to Pounders, which I had to talk her into, she's like, I don't want to leave the house. She's like, this is our last weekend
Makes
without a baby.
sense.
She's like, I don't want to do a fucking thing. Do not make plans. I'm like, all right, deal.
It's a good trade off.
And then Dave says, what's up with Tim's water bottle?
Yeah, so they, you've seen this water bottle. Dave done had this a couple
yeah.
times. Yeah. Well,
What are we, a fucking QVC channel?
so funny.
Oh, shit.
So they messed up on this one. There's this is Tim
Tim
Buck
Baku.
you right?
Tim Baku.
So they actually, replaced it for me and fixed it.
Why is it?
No shit. That's really nice of them.
Why is it a black water bottle, Tim?
That's
Fucking Black
That's
History
hot.
Month, Dave.
That's
God
what-
damn it.
in Black History Month. It's actually my favorite color too. That's what I talk about.
Yeah, Once you go black, you don't go back. I mean, look,
Right.
look at mine. I got the same water, but kind of water.
See?
bottle.
Look at
But
you
it's
guys.
Black History Month.
Look at you guys.
He got his transparent water.
I would like to say I got this for $2.99 at the local Sheets. Smart Water has my name on it. Smart right there.
These insulated ones, though, they keep my shit cold for like 3 days, which is what I fucking love. You throw in some ice cubes, that shit's cold for days.
Yeah, that's
I love
especially
it.
if it's a good one, like
Yeah.
a real good one. I haven't tested these yet.
That was really nice of Dave to finally give you your Christmas bonus. So
That's
Right.
great.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So we're gonna talk about that fucking water thing up in this place, huh? We don't have any overhead costs for Studio 2 right now, so water jug?
yeah, no, you get a empty water bottle, but you don't get actual water. That's the red line rules.
Tara, I need you to pump those brakes.
No, I'm terrible at
No, I
simulators. I'm the
fucking
same
hate
way.
simulators.
I learned that the hard way
Mm.
when we were in. We went on our anniversary trip. I made sure that there was a golf simulation place near us, and we brought our clubs and we played. And I was like, dude, this is fucking miserable. I suck.
Some of the shots I was hitting, like, this is not who I am as a golfer. Like, this is
No,
fucking
it's terrible.
humbling. This is
I'm not a
humbling.
good golfer. I'm okay. I've gotten better, but like it made me look horrible.
I've golfed with enough people that were there. Like, even them, I just know I'm like, this is not me. Like, fuck it.
And
I'm
like
just
I
gonna get
warn people
toasted.
in advance. I'm like, I know how I hit at the simulators. I miss the fucking screen a lot.
Yeah.
I hit off the wall and it ricochets all over. I'm like, that is gonna happen. And
Tara's out here with a big belly, fucking putting it down the middle. We're both like, oh, okay.
and I'm like banging it off the fucking wall. I knew it was gonna happen. Though. I warned people.
You think the simulator, if you got better at the simulator, the better your game?
So
I don't think
I
so.
will tell you that the
Yeah.
simulator golf is so misconceiving, meaning that like if I got a hold of one, right? I've gotten a hold of them in simulators like, oh, you just hit it like 250 yards. Bullshit, I did. I don't hit 250 yards. I know
Yeah.
my driver range is maybe 190 to 220 max, right? This whatever, this is my game. So this makes you think that you're better at golf if you're hitting them pure, right? If you're hitting them pure. No, I wasn't hitting them pure. I was fucking hitting everything.
I was all over the
I was
place.
left, right, up, down. Like I was not hitting, even though the
Dave, I can
simulator
see that.
would come back and say, "Hey, you're hitting the ball off the end of your club." That's great for telling me that. I'm still going to continue to do it though, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Like basically, Tim, think of it this way: you've seen guys that do the speed pitching things where like you're not actually aiming because you're not pitching at anybody, so your goal is just throw it as fast as you can. A lot of people do that with the simulators. Their goal is literally just, I'm going to go up there and just fucking hit it as hard as I can. Because if we were actually golfing, I'd be more focused on aim and shit like that. So the guys just go up there and fucking try to crush it. That's really all
Gilmore.
they do, basically. So it's not an actual like interpretation of your golf game. It's like if you can drive well, you're going to be all right at the simulator. Like me, I'm okay at driving. I'm not that great at it. I don't like crush the ball, but I'm not terrible. But like other guys were just up there, their main goal is like, fuck it, I'm here
fun
to
fact
smash.
about the pro of the night, Graham, right?
And Graham's a really good golfer in
So
real life.
I get a text message from a friend of show, Jory's like, is that Graham?
He knows Graham.
I'm like, yeah, his brother was Jory's roommate in college.
No shit.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Yeah. He's like, he goes,
Dude, that's crazy.
He's like, we got him fucked up one night in Kent.
Yeah, that sounds like Graham. Graham likes to have a good time.
Because he's like, first he sent me this picture. He's like, is that Graham? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh shit, there's the two top friends for Graham.
Yeah.
He goes, that's my college roommate. That's his hot sister, and there's Graham.
Yeah, it's his sister Erin, and
That's
then
verbatim. This is what he said. Hot
okay.
sister. Okay, not me saying that, but that's what he said. I'm like, no shit. What a small world this is.
yeah,
So-
I know them all.
So
They're
next time you talk to
lovely
Graham,
family.
say
I'll tell
your
him.
older brother was roommates with
Jory says
Kyle's.
what's up.
Yeah, Jory's. Yeah, you gotten drunk with him before. He said so.
Yeah, that's Laura Weiner. That's her husband.
Yep. So
Small world.
yeah, but that was a good time though. Fun time.
Yeah, I had a really good time. Shout out to my brother-in-law Khan for setting that up.
Really well organized.
Yeah, he did a great job. I did not see it coming. I'm usually pretty good at catching on to that kind of stuff.
Who did you see first when you walked in?
I think Greg.
Greg. Okay.
Greg leaned his head back and Khan goes, "Do you recognize anybody?" And I'm like, "The fuck? Why
What's
is
up, Steve?"
Greg here?" Steve, what's going on, dude?
And then like everyone else kind of peels back and you see like
yeah, I think it was Greg, Andrew, then you. We were the three is like Russian nesting dolls, just one on like one bounce to the other.
That's
But,
crazy.
yeah, no, I did not expect anything like that. He literally was just like, let's sneak downstairs. He said, he texted me on Friday night or whatever, Thursday night. And he's like, bring your golf clubs. He's like, just in case, maybe we can head down to the simulator and we can golf. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So I threw my clubs in the car and, we get up to his condo. We're hanging out for a while. Tara's cutting her niece's hair and we're all hanging out, having some drinks and just having fun. And then next thing you know, Khan's like, all right, Cavs game's getting ready to start. Let's sneak down and go have a couple beers at this place. And, we'll come back. I'm like, all right. So we go down and that's when everybody was sitting there waiting for me. I had no idea. I did not expect it. Honestly, God, my plan for the whole night was, I even told Tara, I said, we're going to hang out with your family till like 9. And then we're going to bounce and we're going to Ebony's birthday party. That was my entire plan for Saturday night.
She said, okay.
Yeah. And she knew about it too.
whatever
She's
you
like,
say, honey.
She's like, that's fine. She's like, we're going to be late. It's fine. And I'm like, all right, whatever. That's fine. And then had no idea that was coming. Truly shocked. So thank you to everybody that
You
made
got
it.
enough diapers for the first month now?
Oh, but dude, my basement is just nothing but diapers right now. It's ridiculous. And not just the first month, because like that's a known thing is like the newborn diapers, you go through them really quick and then they outgrow them quick also. So everyone's always telling me, they're like, if you go to a diaper party, always get like a 1 or a 2. You want to get the size up. So I am fucking loaded with diapers, all sizes, all shapes, everything. Pretty fucking sweet. What did Steve say? Your brother-in-law reached out to, he did reach out to Steve. That's awesome. It would have been nice to see him, but yeah, no worries, dude. Would have been cool. But had a good time. I appreciate everybody that came. I understand I had a few people that couldn't make it, so no worries.
He judged every one of you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but those of you that couldn't make it,
He has a list.
he had a retirement party. I think that's the second person that told me that. Let me write that down. No,
It's like Jericho. That
you just made the list. Click. But no, honestly, thank you for everybody that came. Thank you everybody that even got asked if you couldn't make it. I totally understand. It was a good time. And yeah, my clubs are still in Tara's car. I keep forgetting to take them out. It's because you keep parking in the garage and you don't remind me to take them out, Tara. So
Tara, no
You want
offense,
from me.
but why don't you just fucking get them out yourself? Okay.
yeah, seriously, it's
What's going on
2024, equal rights.
Fucking what do you
In
got?
Black History Month.
Yeah, exactly. Black History Month.
Don't take that there.
But yeah, no, that was about it for me. Again, I just, my buddy passed, and then I wasn't feeling an episode
I would
last
have
week.
rather been pegged.
Hey,
That wasn't from Tara, by the way.
that could have been arranged at the this golf simulator. There, I'm sure there were some people there that
There
would
were
have done it.
some people feeling a little saucy that night.
Yeah.
too. They probably would
Nah.
have. They would have. At least a club would have went up the ass, no problem. So
But yeah, no, I had a great time, and it was much needed. It was fun. That was about it. I really didn't do a whole lot after that. My weekends
it's
have been
been a
pretty much consistently. That guy's still doing the work in my basement. He's almost done. He's literally told us yesterday or whatever. He said he's got like 2 more hours to go and he's going to finish everything up, and that's it. So my
Nice.
bathroom's just about done.
Dope.
I've honestly just been sitting at home while he works. I just sit upstairs and wait, and that's pretty much been my life. And then we had to get a new fridge, which I don't actually think we had to get a fridge after all. I came home from work one day and Tara was telling me that the fridge like was off, even though it was plugged in. It was like she thought the power was dying in it or something.
Turned it down.
And no, like the lights weren't coming on. It was literally like there was no power to it. So I was like, whatever. She unplugged it, plugged it back in. It worked fine. And then it happened again one more time. And we were just like, all right, fuck it. Let's just buy a new fridge. So we bought a new fridge. The old one's still working fine. So it's now in my garage. So I have a garage fridge. I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Garage fridge, the best.
And it's working great. So very excited about that. We're actually going to go shopping this weekend, pre-baby shopping to load up. We're going to Costco. We're going to Trader Joe's. We're going to Walmart. We are just loading up on food and drinks and shit. So we don't have to leave the house for the next month, basically.
So you have what, 4 weeks off from work?
No, I'm taking 2.
2.
So we get paid for 3 days, which is garbage. First and foremost,
Yeah.
my company needs to change that. For 3 days is not enough. Like, it's not for me. It's because your wife needs you when you have a baby.
In Germany, they don't take off for kids.
No, in Germany, they probably give themselves like up 2 months off work. In America, they go, fuck you guys. This is for WW2. You get 3 days. And then I'm going to be using my own vacation time to take off 2 weeks total. I'll be back. Starting my first day off is Friday the 16th, which is her induction date. And then I go back to work on March 4th. So a couple weeks.
Nice. And how long is she out for? What, a month?
Shit, dude. She goes back to work in like fucking May. She's off for months.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. She's taking a long time.
Nice having that job where it's flexible a little bit, right?
Yeah, she literally just told all her clients, see ya. I'll be back when I'm back, and I'll start booking you guys then. And that's it. I think her last day is actually like tomorrow or something like that.
Nice.
So
Good deal.
yeah, it's not bad. We're
Have fun.
excited.
So all that free time, Tara, you can take those clubs out of your car. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I mean, sucks for you, Tara.
want to. It's not induction date yet, so get on it.
Yeah, what sucks is we put him in her car because I was like, well, I can't put him in my car because I have a car seat in my car now. So
Was
I
it
keep my
hard?
seat-
Did you get all the diapers in there? No problem.
Oh yeah, they fit in Tara's car, no
Oh,
problem.
perfect,
It was fine. And then I
Kyle,
did
did
you
you just
say-
say 1 month? What are you talking about?
for Tara being off work for 1 month. I think she's calling you out on that. 'cause
Yeah, I didn't know.
Most women do take off like I
Is
think
it-
it's like
why-
3 months
where's it-
usually.
No, it's not true. Because I mean, how many weeks do people get? Like 6 weeks, isn't it?
6,
4 or 6.
Yeah, but a lot of people use like their extra time. Like
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'd say most people take off at least 2 months, like minimum, and that's depending on what kind of job you have.
Well,
like
I mean,
if
it
you
depends on the
if you
company
need
you
the
work
work,
for.
like
I
yeah,
know.
if you're
I
like
think our company like is I think you get 4 or maybe 5 weeks paternity leave, and then like you have to use your PTO, whatever.
yeah,
Or you can go on short-term disability leave or short-term leave or whatever, which
yeah,
puts you out for another whatever X amount, but it's like a reduction of pay rate or whatever.
yeah. I can't do that at my work because the rules on that for the male is you have to have at least 50 employees, and we do not. We are a very small company. We have
So
less than
you don't
20.
have enough to even qualify for short-term leave.
No, we don't have anything
Wow,
like that.
sucks.
Yeah, so I'm taking 2 weeks off. Should be enough.
I'm quitting my job, so be ready. Bullshit.
I need the button.
The average work coverage is 6 weeks. There you go. What did Tara say? Bullshit. Normal maternity leave is 12 weeks.
12,
Oh, no
okay.
shit. Oh, I didn't know.
Wow.
Fuck if I know. Jesus,
Excuse
attitude.
me.
Wow.
Yeah. My God.
Bunch of saucy women up in this fucking
Jesus.
shit. Hey, can we block people, Tim?
Yeah, I'm not blocking.
Get rid of those two.
I'll block her for
Get rid
us
of those two.
I'm
with
not
that
blocking
fucking
them.
attitude. Jesus.
Sauciness.
Bullshit. Maternity leave is 12 weeks.
I just
Really, sorry, I don't know. I didn't fucking write the rule book on it. I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. Taking a couple weeks off and gonna have a baby.
Which is surprising.
It's wild. We are gonna be doing next week's show on Monday. I forgot what time. We decided on a time, right? Are we doing?
I assumed the same.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't remember if anybody was busy. I'm cool with the same time. I didn't know if you had something going on at night, so we had to do it early or something like that. So
No, we good.
okay,
We good.
7 to 9 on Monday. We're doing it, and spoiler alert, it is the Tabbies, everybody's favorite award show. We are gonna do what was our favorite TV show, what was our favorite book, what was our favorite sports moment, anything we want. What was our favorite celebrity death? We could do anything we want. It's our show. We do whatever the fuck we want here, and the Tabbies will be next week. So grab your
Are we
tuxes.
picking our own topics?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'll send the topics that I'm going to use or the nominations, whatever the fuck it's called, the categories. And obviously, again, feel free to make up your own. If there's shit that you're into that, you know, we don't know about, do whatever.
Oof.
Cool.
Ooh. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
so we're
it's
gonna do the tabbies next Monday, and then that is when we are going to be off for probably at least a month, I would say.
Well, 12 weeks, according to Tara.
Yeah, according to Tara, Talking About Balls is
12
off
weeks.
after next Monday's episode. We are off until 2025 because that is our maternity leave
That
here
is
at
the
Redline Radio.
Union of Redline Radio's
It's in our
maternity
contract
leave.
with Redline that we get 12 months maternity
Yes.
leave. So we will be back in
What's up, Don
2025.
P?
What's up, Don P? What's up, dude? But yeah, so yeah, having my baby next Friday, man. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to just be over with. Like at this point, we're about a week away, and I'm like, let's just have this baby already. Like the anticipation is there. Like it's over. Go to all of our appointments. We have all the shit in our house for the baby. Now it's like, let's start using some of it. I want some of these diaper boxes out of my house. This baby needs to get here.
You're gonna be
Start
changing
shit.
diapers for no reason.
Honestly, I've been practicing on my cats just to get some of them out of my house.
Shut the fuck up,
No, I'm
bro.
just kidding.
Lay there. Don't move. Don't move.
Like, stop kicking, kitty. And then Tara's like, the baby's gonna kick too. And I'm like, good point. What do I do with its tail? Like, I don't know what the hell. What am I supposed to do?
You got like a watermelon out in the kitchen. You're just putting a fucking diaper on a watermelon.
Hey,
Perfect.
anything to practice.
That's
You
crazy.
time yourself.
Be a
to-
large ass baby if I could put it on a watermelon, the newborn
time,
diaper.
time yourself to how fast you get it on there. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure to like try to beat Tara's record every night. I'll be like, how fast did you change your diaper? Because
Have you guys talked about the sleep schedule, the up and down? Like, I mean,
kind of.
of course, clearly after she recovers and is feeling normal again.
Thank you, Don. Yeah, I mean, basically, we're gonna start off with
I can't
Not-
wait.
yeah. Tara's nervous for sure. We don't really have like a schedule.
Sarah,
We're
if I
gonna.
can do it. You.
I don't. I don't want to say we're winging it, but it's gonna be basically like Tara's gonna be she'll be breastfeeding. So like if the baby's waking up, you have to feed the baby every two hours when it's a newborn. So like there's not much I can do. Like I'll help in any way I can, but if she's got to wake up every 2 hours to feed her, then like we're gonna switch sides on excuse me on the bed. Usually I sleep closest to the door. She sleeps against the wall. We're gonna switch roles so she can wake up and do her thing. And
So the question that must be asked: are you going to get the fake boob, where you put the milk in and you wear it? So
no, she actually brought it to my attention and I turned it down immediately. No, I won't be doing that.
because if so, I wanted a picture with you wearing.
No,
it.
I
His
won't be
face
doing-
will be so straight.
No, I won't. I'm not doing it for the baby. I've got it on right now. I just wear it for fun.
Are you lactating right now, Justin? You look a little damp
I have
over there.
nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? No, we haven't really broken it all down. We're gonna I don't want to say we're gonna wing it. Like we have a general idea of what we're gonna do, but obviously it depends on the baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Don said it perfectly. You're on the baby's times. That's why we're not trying to make a schedule. It's like if the baby's hungry and wakes up, you just got to get up. Yeah, and I got a shitload of coffee beans in my house. I'm ready for it.
Nice.
So yeah, we're excited. Next Friday, I'm hoping she comes out. Our induction appointment is at 8 a.m. on Friday.
What hospital?
We are at UH,
okay.
downtown, the main campus or whatever, not downtown, but whatever. My buddy Joe, Big Joe.
Yep.
They just had their baby, and their induction day was like Saturday the 2nd, and she wasn't born until almost 24 hours later the next day. So sometimes the induction can take forever. So I really want her born on Friday so I can have a baby, a 216 baby. That's my goal. That's the date. I want a 216 baby. So I'm really hoping she comes out. But because I've been really excited about it being 216, she will then in fact be born at 12:01 on 2/17 just out of spite, because that's my luck. So that's what I'm fully anticipating.
Assuming you will live stream the birth.
Yeah, I'm going. Tim's going to be there. We're going to set up the equipment. We're going to do a live show.
Talking about balls from the
No, I've already
room.
said that's one thing I'm not doing is looking in there. I'm not looking down the barrel. You know what I mean?
You do it. You did it to get there.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Right. That's totally fine. But I've heard
that's not how I remember it looking. What's going
I've
on?
heard horror stories that like you don't look at it the same. There's sometimes where the woman will just shit like because she's pushing so hard. It's totally natural. They said the nurses are like they expect it. They're used to it. But I don't want to see that. I'm not trying to see her shit and possibly shit on my baby. I don't want anything to do with that.
Shit.
Hell no. Tara doesn't close the door, but I walk by, I close it for her. It's disgusting. I am all about bathroom privacy. And
Oh my god.
yeah, which one's Jordan's birthday? The 17th, his birthday, or is it the 16th? I don't remember. I think it's the 17th.
Actually, don't know. I don't want to look it up.
Yeah, I just don't want to see any of that. I know I looked down at when it was like nice and pleasant. I don't want to see it when it's
nice and
when it's like gigantic and a baby's coming out. Yeah. Oh yeah. Michael Jordan was born on the 17th. But yeah, no, I don't want to see that. So I'll cut the umbilical cord. I'll stand next to Tara. I'll let her squeeze my hand, do all that jazz. But I'm not looking at
You're gonna say
shit.
you did this to me.
Oh, she's gonna be pissed. She's gonna want to squeeze the life out of my hand. But
I'd be afraid.
I'm gonna pay the nurses a little extra to drug her up. It'll be fine.
And she's already like the handyman around house.
Is she
Her
going
grip is
full
gonna be
natural?
Oh,
crazy,
it's gonna be
bro.
crazy.
Is she going full natural, or is she taking the epidural, or what?
I'm guessing she'll go for the epidural. I'm assuming.
Is she gonna try to tough it out like a real woman?
No, I don't think so. She's the kind of person that's gonna just straight up be like, yeah,
Uh,
I don't want nothing to do with it.
In fact, the
come on, Tara,
follow-
don't puss out. Go for it natural. You got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand next to her. She can hold my hand. I don't want to see shit till it's all finished.
Literally, figuratively.
Yeah, literally and figuratively. As soon as I found out that the women sometimes shit when they give birth, I'm like, nope, not looking. I don't want to see that. That'll change our relationship for sure.
She said, hell no, give
Never
me
see it
all
the
the
same
drugs.
again,
Ever. Like Tara, again, she's from Brunswick, so the understandable that she's a hillbilly and she likes to go to the bathroom with the door open. And I find it grotesque. I shut the door when I'm home alone. I love bathroom privacy. I love it. Like if I wake up in the morning and get ready for work, I'm literally by myself at 6 o'clock in the morning and I still close the door. I just love privacy. I love it.
So nice of you.
Just who I am as a
You don't
person.
let it. You don't let the cats in or anything.
No, I'll sit there. Like if I'm taking a shit or whatever at home and I got the door closed and I'll hear the cat like patting at the door. That's when I know they're out there. So I'll stand up and let them in and then
nice.
that's it. But other than that door stays closed. Once they're in, they're in. They're not leaving halfway. They're
Now they get
you're-
to suffer the wrath
yeah,
of
and they
your
got
ass.
very sensitive noses and they are in it for the long haul. But yeah, I'm excited. Don't ask the doctor for extra stitches. I got yelled at. Yeah, hey, while you're in there, could you tighten that thing up a little bit?
What's the old tuna package cost?
Yeah. I'll slip them a little something. What are doctors into? I'll find it out.
That is crazy.
How much for a rotating change out there?
Yeah. How much is a lube job? But no, we're excited. It's gonna be fun. Next week. So we'll see how that goes.
So we're back here Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Monday we are doing the tabbies, and then again we're off for probably a month, and we'll figure out the schedule for when we come back all after that.
You'll miss us. Don't worry, guys.
100%. I'm guessing we'll be back right around, just based on the timing, right around when NFL free agency starts. It'll be kind of around that time. It's usually mid-March, so that'll be perfect. Right around my birthday is March 15th, so I would imagine kind of around that time. Yeah, and then next Monday will be a good show. We're going to talk about the tabbies. We're going to recap the Super Bowl, and we're going to recap whatever happens in the trade deadline, because I think it's tomorrow at 3:00 is the trade deadline for the NBA. So we'll have plenty to talk about on Monday. But with that being said, are you guys all ready to start the show today officially?
I mean, seriously, 45 minutes. I love it. Let's go.
I could have gone all day.
I know.
I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
We should just do one show where it's just a bullshit saying the entire
I
time.
could do it,
and then
no
we're
question.
done.
If I didn't look at the clock right now, I would have kept bullshitting.
And
But
I ain't even talked about Black History yet. So like,
yeah, this is a mostly white show. We try to keep that away. No, I'm just kidding. we make Tim save that to the back of the show, if you know what I mean.
That's crazy.
That wasn't on my rundown sheet there, Tim. Sorry, we can't.
Yeah, this wasn't discussed in advance. We're not allowed to do it. But no, if you guys know me, you guys know I love to fucking talk. So being off for 2 weeks I got a lot to talk about, even though nothing really happened in my life except for like my buddy. I just could talk about anything. I like rambling about shit. So
Facts.
we're gonna get into it. We'll talk a little bit about sports here.
So
We have some.
there was some championship games that took place 2 weeks ago.
There was playoff Lamar showed up. Our boy MVP, gonna win the MVP, but he did not play like an MVP in that game against the Chiefs. That was the first game of the weekend, 2 Sundays ago almost, and the Chiefs go into Baltimore and handle their business. I think the score didn't really dictate the actual game. I think the Chiefs outplayed the Ravens like miles away.
Yeah. I just don't I don't understand like why Baltimore was trying to take so many deep hits down the field.
Well, I heard a really good take today. I think it was from Charles Barkley, actually. And he was saying, he's like,
Barkley on a NFL take. Nice.
yeah, no, he was on the Really Big Show this morning,
Oh, okay.
actually.
I didn't see
and
that.
it was really cool to hear. I think Charles Barkley is one of the most entertaining fucking dudes in the world. He basically said, he's like, all the people that talk shit about Lamar Jackson, they for years said they need to get this guy some weapons so he can throw the ball.
Yeah.
They do that. He has a really good passing year. Now you get into the playoffs and everyone goes, why are they making Lamar Jackson throw? And Charles Barkley's like, he's the MVP. He's got Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham, Mark Andrews is back. He shouldn't have played. He just played bad. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
He just played poorly. They're trying to blame everybody but Lamar. You're allowed to say Lamar had a shitty game.
It does suck though that he has a shitty game and it just all falls apart. Like, you could have maybe they didn't run the ball as much as I thought they could have tried to run the ball, right?
No, I think the other thing too that played into that is the Chiefs kind of fucked up in a lot of different areas. The Chiefs should have won that game by like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They opted to go for it on a late 4th down call. They had some mistakes. They did some other things that like the score could have been a lot more one-sided than it looked in the end. I think it was like right before halftime. They went for it on 4th down when they could have just kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
A couple misplays here and there, and they didn't capitalize on some turnovers from the Ravens. So there were some missed opportunities for the Chiefs, but they still managed to pretty much dominate the game. It was really never that close.
I'm so impressed by the Chiefs' ability to move the ball so quickly down the field in just short, like 5-yard pass, dump off passes, 10-yard dump off passes. Like, they're so quick to get the ball out and out of bounds, out of bounds. Like, Mahomes can move that ball 75 yards in a minute and a half.
And
pretty
what's funny
impressively
is Patrick Mahomes is a multiple-time MVP, multiple Super Bowl winner. He did the exact same thing that Deshaun Watson did against that Ravens defense. Deshaun Watson kind of showed the Chiefs, this is how you beat this defense, because the last team to beat the Ravens last Sunday was the Browns. And I take that back. The Steelers, if you want to get technical, but nobody counts that game because it was all backups.
The last team to beat the starting roster of the Baltimore Ravens was the Browns.
And they showed the formula to beat that defense. And that is, I don't want to say dink and dunk because, we did have some big plays. He threw the ball for, 20 yards to Cooper for a 1st down, ran for like 15 plus yards. So there were some bigger plays. But the recipe to beat that team is you just chop away at them.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what the Chiefs did.
Pick apart the underneath of their defense.
And they had no answer for it. Yeah, they had no
absolutely.
answer for it. And the good thing for the Chiefs is this is probably the best defense Patrick Mahomes has ever had. And that's why they were able to kind of shut down Lamar in that offense.
And
they did
Taylor
a really
Swift.
good job. And they have Taylor Swift on their side, and she's going to release a new album. So sorry, San Francisco.
So you're fucked.
It's over.
You're fucked.
We'll talk about the Super Bowl later. But yeah, that game was good. I liked seeing it again. I said it on the show before that game. I said, I think playoff Lamar shows up, and I took the Chiefs to win the game because I don't bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And playoff Lamar showed up. He was bad. He threw into triple coverage, threw interceptions, turned the ball over on a fumble, just made really poor decisions, missed a lot of open throws. That's Lamar in the playoffs. It is what it is.
So I don't know if this was a faked account or whatever, but did Odell's dad come out and talk shit again?
That was a fake account.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that was a fake account.
I didn't look into it. I just saw like somebody like repost it. I'm like, if that's fucking true, then
No, he
God
saw
damn.
his son got paid $15 million to do jack shit and was like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut because if we can get another $15 million contract for doing nothing, that's my boy. Yeah. I love my kid.
So do you think, what do you think Baltimore does in the offseason? Do you think what do they have to address? I mean, obviously you're stuck with Lamar. I mean, good quarterback, right?
They've got a lot of issues because they're paying Lamar good money now. They've got a lot of money tied up in other positions, guys that have been there a while, like Roquan Smith. These veterans are getting paid. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Patrick Queen is about to be a free agent who is a really, really good linebacker. And he's even basically come out and admitted he's going to do what's best for him. He's not going to be loyal to Baltimore and take a pay cut. At least that's what he said. You never know. Things could change. But he'll more than likely be leaving.
Yeah.
They lost their defensive coordinator, Mike McDonald. He is now the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. So they're going to have to replace him. He was a really good coordinator.
They had a couple one-off contract years to players like Clowney, and there's a
Clowney was only there for 1 year.
others.
I think Beckham only signed a 1 year contract.
So
he was a non-factor.
They're
though.
naturally losing a couple people right off the bat.
That were key players. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney had a rejuvenation of a year. He had a really, really good year. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to keep him. But at the same time, this is the Jadeveon Clowney that did this with the Browns. He had a great first year. They brought him back for a second. He sucked and was a head case.
Paid him more the second season, right? And
that's just what he's known for. He's not a good teammate from just based on how many teams he's been on. He's not a consistent player. He seems to not try as hard when he has a good contract. So if I'm the Ravens, I let him go. He's not getting any younger. He had a really good year, but I look at that and go, I'd rather have a different player.
You got out of him what you wanted to.
Exactly.
Right?
You got the most out of him.
It wasn't his fault you guys lost. I mean,
right. He played fine.
Well. Yeah. So.
They got some. They're going to be missing a couple pieces here and there. And again, every year, it doesn't matter how many of the same players you have on a team, anything can change. I've learned that in the NFL. You look at a team on paper going into the offseason of this year, we could look at it and go, this team's going to be good because they were good last year. And then what happens? Look at the Eagles. Eagles were a dominant team last year, started off as a dominant team this year, and then shit down their leg and were fucking one of the worst teams in football come playoff time. So things can change rapidly in the NFL. With the Ravens, again, they're going to be missing some pieces. They're going to try to replace some coaches. They're going to try to replace some players. We'll see what happens with them. But as long as they have Lamar Jackson and they make the playoffs, it is what it is. They're not really a threat, in my opinion. So I'm happy that their season is over. And then in the NFC, you had the Detroit Lions, who went up to such a big fucking lead. It was like 24-7 in the first quarter.
I didn't know what I was watching.
They were
really
dominating.
shocked.
I felt so good for my buddy Josh because he is from Detroit, diehard Lions fan. I was like, holy shit, he's going to get to the Super Bowl. But then there was a part of me, and this is just me and who I am as a person, that goes, I really don't want them to go because they've never gone to a Super Bowl, nor have the Browns. So I kind of don't want people to be able to say,
Cleveland fan kicked in.
I don't want people to be able to say that the Lions made it before us. So I was like, come on, San Fran. And chugga, that train kept on going.
It
And
got
they made
purdy.
a comeback. It got real purdy.
The moment when what's his face waved to the crowd.
Yeah. And
It's
then
like, oh no.
when
no.
Brandon Ayuk caught that ball off the guy's helmet, that's when I was like, oh, it's not going good for the Lions. This is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit that happens
There
to the
was a
Browns.
lot of interesting plays in that game.
It was a
It's
good
like,
game. It was a
wow.
really fun back and forth game. The Lions just didn't do anything in the second half. Like they just stopped. They were dominating.
left.
And then the Niners were like, let's shut that shit down immediately. And it was over.
Hats off to the Lions, though. What a fucking season.
What a great year.
and your OC's back. He decided not to take a coach job.
Yeah, did you see the information on that
I
came
guess
out?
he interviewed bad, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, they said there's a good chance he'll never get interviewed for a head coaching job again.
Really that bad?
He not only did he interview poorly, he then had offers from multiple teams and was heavily contemplating, decided to have his agent just text them and be like, yeah, we're good. We're not
So
interested.
he didn't call himself. and
No,
say-
they were pissed. The league sources came out and said basically that like that was the most unprofessional thing we've ever seen. Like this guy is off our list for the future. Like he has burned a lot of bridges.
Wow. So Eric Bieniemy, basically. Jesus.
Yeah,
Speaking of that guy, he's gone now too.
he's going to be available. I saw Steeler fans are. I love Steeler fans are so desperate right now with coaching staffs. They think that if they just build some like all-star coaching staff that it's going to amount to anything. They want Hines Ward for the wide receivers coach.
Oh my
I
god.
saw people say they should bring in Mike Vrabel to be a defensive consultant just because he's available. I saw them say, and this is, I'm not fucking with you,
Please
Eric
get to-
Bieniemy
Oh,
as an offensive consultant because they need somebody to help. They're like, just get these guys. Like, do you really think a guy's going to go from like a really good position to some shit job on your roster just because you're a Steelers fan? Like your team sucks. You have nothing to work with.
That's a pube hair, by the way. Just so you know, see it right there,
Where am I looking?
right here.
Oh, that is a nice
That's
curly
a nice
cue.
Here. Who's fucking on the table over here, Dave?
Not Dave.
Not to
Not Dave.
not to squirrel moment here, but that's definitely a pube.
I could be from
So
many. There could be a show that's not even on air anymore.
I
Who
don't know.
knows?
That's true. But you also saw that I saw our boys over on the Steelers show talk about the Hines Ward. Would you want Hines Ward as a coach? Blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden they brought up the fact: would you like to see the old running back come back and kick the tires on him again?
Oh, Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. What the fuck? Is he just need a payday? Is that what he's trying to get?
Yeah, no, what's going on with Le'Veon Bell? No, this isn't a topic. This is Kyle's winging this right now, Tim.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
No, Le'Veon Bell, I think what's going on is he's trying to set up a podcast. I forgot with who. I think it was him
Did I
and
throw you off him? I'm sorry.
Shady McCoy. I think it was Le'Veon Bell
thought I
and
missed my
LaShawn
cue.
McCoy. And there's rumors that they're getting ready to do a podcast together. So this is just Le'Veon Bell's PR team
Okay.
trying to get
Okay.
traction. It's working.
Yeah.
So he
absolutely
came out
it's
and said
working
he's
because
going to try to make a comeback in 2024. He's 30-something years old. He's been out of the NFL for 3 years.
Bullshit, he is.
There's no chance he comes back in the NFL. None. So his PR team said, come out with that story. It's getting a little bit of traction. And now people are talking about Le'Veon Bell.
Jesus.
So it's smart. That's just what you do for PR.
Could you pick a more desperate fan base right now for anything?
I mean, they haven't been good
I'm
in a
pretty
decade.
sure if Ben Roethlisberger said, I'm going to try to come back this year
Well,
and
no,
play.
dude, I guarantee if we made a fake Twitter account and we posted, I'm hearing the Steelers want to hire Ben Roethlisberger as a quarterback coach, and you sent that to Chipper and Dave, they would talk about it on their show. And they'd be like, that's a fucking great idea. He's such a good quarterback. He should be here teaching these young guys how to play Steeler football. And that's why we need Hines Ward. He's going to teach them how to block physically. And what's going to happen is Hines Ward hasn't been in the NFL in 10 years, maybe longer. I forgot when he retired. The game has changed so much that playing like Hines Ward did is now a lot of penalties. So I hope the Steelers hire him. I hope they teach him how to play like he did, because the Steelers will have the most penalized wide receivers in NFL history. So
He might be the cause of it.
honestly, he's going to fuck them up so
offensive
bad.
pass interference.
It's going to be
offensive pass
horrible. They're going to be like, yeah, that's offensive
holding.
pass interference. That's holding on that run. Bring that back. And the Steelers are so desperate that they don't want to admit that their players suck. So they think if they just bring in great coaches, it's going to make the players better. I got bad news for you. You could bring in Tom Brady to be a quarterback coach, and he's not going to make Kenny Pickett a good quarterback. Kenny Pickett is just Kenny Pickett. That's the facts. They don't want to hear that, though. They think that it's just, he just needed to get rid of Matt Canada. And
Pony out in Pittsburgh, the guy.
The Pony Express guy,
Pony
whatever.
Express. Now he's like, he photoshopped an image of Justin Fields in the Steelers jersey the other day. He's like, this is the only person I want now. I was like, dude, get fucking
I saw a couple
here,
guys.
man.
They're like, they were claiming that, like, there's a link to Russell Wilson because him and Tomlin are friends, and they're like, I think I would take Pickett over Russell Wilson. It's like, you have a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I think he won an MVP, if I'm not mistaken. Russell Wilson did, or like at least was in the conversation for a couple of them.
Yeah,
and they're like, even though he's older, I get it, but they're like, I think I'd rather have Pickett over Russell Wilson. Like, are you out of your fucking minds?
This is the best month to get Russell Wilson. That the connection's ever been stronger.
Black History Month,
Absolutely.
baby.
Bringing it all back.
But
in Black History Month,
the Steelers are so desperate right now. I love every second of it. It's hilarious.
Honestly, Russell Wilson in that offense. I mean, it'd be interesting, right? They have some decent weapons.
I just love that they thought Matt Canada was the problem. They fired Matt Canada. Kenny Pickett got benched. So clearly it wasn't a Matt Canada problem. It was a Kenny Pickett problem.
And you're paying that guy to sit at home now.
Yeah. You have a first round draft pick, top 20 pick. I think it was the 20th overall pick, who is benched after not even a full season. Basically, he came in a few games into last year and missed a bunch of games with injuries, played a little bit this year, got injured, got benched, etc. The dude's barely played a full season for the Steelers, and they're already moving on.
I just love the fact that the Steelers are now stuck in the whirlwind of Browns football.
Yeah, now
of trying to find a quarterback.
What are they going to do? Are they going to bring back? They're not going to bring back Mitch Trubisky, so he's gone. Maybe they bring back Mason Rudolph, who sucks. I hope you guys do. I really do. Knock on wood that happens. And you guys are in a quarterback hell that the Cleveland Browns know all too well, and it couldn't happen to a better franchise.
Has anyone started the jersey yet with all the names in the back of the jersey yet?
No, but that's not a bad idea. They would wear like a badge of honor, though. The Steeler fans, they try to find any like nice thing in it. They'd
be like a terrible towel with all the names of quarterbacks have had.
Yeah, it would be like they think they have some curse with the terrible towel. Like if you disrespect it, like it makes your team lose. Even though a team's lost by not playing the Steelers, like that had nothing to do with it at all. I found that to be that's how stupid Steeler fans are. Dub, what's up, dude? Welcome.
Dubbington.
But yeah, back to the NFC Championship game. We squirreled there.
Squirreled the way the hell off of that.
Kyle saw that pube, and next thing you know, the fucking wheels fell off.
Dude, it's a fucking pube though.
No, it's definitely a good curly one. But yeah, the Lions had a colossal, like, memorable collapse in that second half. Like that was bad.
Yeah, it was so funny watching because beginning of the game, you saw Eminem up there in the
talking shit. That was really cool. That was really cool,
people
actually.
Off, and then someone like shot over like around mid fourth quarter, and M's gone.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He wanted to beat the traffic.
Yeah,
he's a busy man.
Smart guy.
No, but that was like I felt bad on one hand because on the other hand, I'm like, that's something the Browns would do, and like that's a heartbreaking moment that we've experienced all too well. So like, I don't feel that bad to see another team get their heart broken.
It was a great story. Like, I was rooting for Detroit. I was. But I mean, they're going to come back next year. They have a good team, right? I don't see them getting worse, but I also see them doing kind of a Cincinnati thing next year where they kind of take a couple steps backwards.
For me, I said it all year, and there's a lot of people out there who are analytically driven, which don't get me wrong, I respect analytics, but I said it from the beginning of the year. I jokingly, and not even joking, I really did. I took Dan Campbell to be coach of the year because I was like, I think he could have a really good Detroit Lions team. I think they could make the playoffs. They could win the division. They could make a splash, which is what they did. And I also said, he is going to be the reason that they don't go to the Super Bowl. He's going to do something to fuck that up. And sure enough, in the game, he decided to make some questionable decisions going forward on fourth downs where take the points. You go up by 3 scores, and then everyone in the analytic division is like, no, that's the right play. You go for it there. And he's gone for it on fourth down all season. You stick to your guns and you go with what got you there. And it's like, for me, no, you don't do that. You might have to do something differently in a championship game because you want to win the Super Bowl. You can't rely on, look at the Browns. And this is a great example, in my opinion. You have Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator, the best defenses in football, and Jim Schwartz got embarrassed by the Houston Texans in the playoffs. After the game, Jim Schwartz was honest and said, I didn't change a thing. I said, we are going to play now how we played to get us here. And it backfired. You have to make adjustments in the playoffs. Look at what teams do. If the Chiefs and the Ravens would have played, they didn't play in the regular season this year, I don't think, right?
No.
But had they have played, there's a good chance the Ravens, I mean, look what the Ravens did to the Niners. Look what the Ravens did to, I think the Bills. I'm trying to remember who they beat. They beat some decent teams, but there were some games where they were the underdog and they went in and fucking embarrassed teams. They were really, really good. Playoffs, different story, because teams do things differently. You play Lamar Jackson differently in the playoffs if you want to beat him. That's what the Chiefs did.
You just show up. That's all you have to do. Show up. You can play him.
And it's a little more than that. It's close. He does make some horrible decisions, but you do have to adjust. And
that's just
some teams don't do that. And
that's just the inexperience in him, right? I
right.
mean,
and that's exactly what it is.
He
went in and said, fuck it, we'll be fine. I'm going to play how I played to get us here. And we're going to go for it. We're going to be aggressive. And it backfired. You're playing against a really smart, like every little detail matters to Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
He's a fucking great coach. He's a really smart guy. So he's looking at every little thing, and you gave him an inch. You fucked up by going for it on fourth downs. You had some issues. You had guys dropping balls. So it's like, take the points in that situation. Clearly your team is starting to kind of implode. Take the points, get a little momentum. Going for it on fourth down, not getting it, changed momentum so much. You could see everything shift to the Niners. And as soon as that happened, I went, Lions fucked up. It's over. They're not winning this game.
They talked about the end of the game where someone's like, people say that momentum doesn't mean a thing. And
especially when you're on the road.
And they said that this game proves that I think momentum 100% is a real thing.
When they went for it, and that's the other thing is people are like, well, the field goal is not automatic. So, the field goal kicker might not have made it. But it's like, dude, I'd rather take a chance kicking a field goal than going for it on fourth down.
Sounds like such a Browns thing too, to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a bad decision in my opinion. You take the points, you do anything you can to ensure a win. If you were on the goal line and you went for it, I kind of understand that.
Right.
But being that far away, trying to get first down on a fourth down play, for me, it's like, just attempt the field goal. Try to get those 3 points.
Such a head scratcher moment. Like, I think every person watching that's like, what are you doing? Like, just fucking kick the ball, right? Get the field goal. They had 2 opportunities to kick a field goal to get points on the board, and you failed both times. Yeah.
And that's Dan Campbell being Dan Campbell. And I said this whole time, Dan Campbell's going to be the reason Dan Campbell fucks up. He gets in his own way.
I think, like I said, I think the Lions will still be, they'll be good. They'll be back next year. I don't know if they're going to be this far, but they'll be back next year.
It'll be interesting. I think
teams are going to play them different next year.
I think Jared Goff's a free agent after this year.
Better lock him up. That's your Joe Montana right now.
Hendon Hooker was their 2nd or 3rd round pick last year, who was a good quarterback till he tore his ACL at Tennessee. I'm not saying they're going to move on from Jared Goff, but you have to make tough decisions as a team because you've got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You've got a lot of young guys that you're trying to. Aiden Hutchinson's going to be due for a new contract in a year or so. You got some young players. You're going to have to start paying people. Penei Sewell, I think, is going to be due for a contract soon. One of their great offensive linemen.
We've been doing this show so long that I remember when we did a draft show about him.
Which one's Sewell?
Sewell, yeah. Like 3 years ago.
I said he should have gone higher. He was a really good fucking offensive lineman. But yeah, no, I mean, I just think Jared Goff is Jared Goff. He's not a great quarterback, but he's not a bad quarterback. He reminds me of a version of Baker Mayfield. He was a number 1 pick who isn't a franchise quarterback, but he's also not terrible.
Yeah.
And that's Baker Mayfield. That's the best example I can give.
Hey, Jared Goff had a good season for
sure.
Jared
Again,
Goff.
not
had a great season.
They loaded that team up. The offensive line was fantastic. That's the problem that the Lions faced is they said, fuck it, we're going all in on offense. That's why they drafted Sam Laporta. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. They loaded up that offensive line. They've got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They last year they drafted the guy that got suspended, Jameson Williams. Yep. They went and got Jared Goff after they lost Matt Stafford. They signed David Montgomery. They went all in on the offense. Their defense kind of sucked. And that's what hurt them in the game on 2 weeks ago is eventually it caught up to them.
Yep. Good season.
They had no answer for the Niners in that second half.
I'm so pumped for the Super Bowl.
It's going to be a good one. I'm going in with not really much of a rooting interest. I would say my rooting interest is like 55-45 Chiefs. Because again, I've said it all along. I hate Tom Brady, and I want Patrick Mahomes to have more Super Bowls than Tom Brady. So
Jess got the T-shirt that has
Taylor Swift.
No, no, but
I just figured it's Swift related.
It was going to be, but it kind of is.
Swiftly.
But she got it's a shirt that says it says touchdown on it, but it has the picture of Jason Kelsey with the shirt off outside of the window.
Oh, nice.
So it says touchdown, but it's all in Chiefs colors.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, that's kind of we saw it in the TikTok shop, so we bought it quickly.
Yeah, why not?
She was gonna get that or go Taylor Swift's boyfriend, one of the two. But so we got that.
I just assumed there was going to be a Swiftie shirt
Oh,
involved.
she's absolutely invested in the game now for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, so like Kyle said, though, great season for the Lions. Dan Campbell did what Dan Campbell does and got in the way and cost them a chance at the Super Bowl, unfortunately.
Hey, guess what, Lions? There's always next year.
Yeah, sorry, boys. Enjoy being in the club of not going to the Super Bowl still, because we know it too. Browns finally filled the offensive coordinator vacancy spot, and they brought back a familiar face, somebody you might recognize who played a few games here and did terribly. He has a winless record, but as an offensive coordinator, he's pretty damn good, and that is none other than Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey. If you can believe it, he was the quarterback at Miami when Ohio State won the national championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
God damn, it was that long ago.
2002.
God damn, Craig Krenzel.
That was a hell of a fucking game, man.
Very good game.
Miami's team was fucking
That was
loaded.
probably one of the best national championship games in a long time. That was one of the better ones of all
Willis
time.
McGahee on it. They had who else they have on that team? That team was fucking
The
loaded.
defense was loaded. I think they had Sean Taylor. No, yeah,
Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor was on that team.
Didn't they have what's his face? What's the murder guy's name?
Ray Lewis?
Yeah, was he on that team?
No, I think he was in the NFL by then.
Let me see here. 2002.
There were a lot of murderers back then in college football.
Yeah. 2002 Miami.
I don't remember the
Hurricanes
roster off the top of my head. It was fucking loaded.
Andre
It really
Johnson,
was.
Kevin Beard.
Andre Johnson, goddamn.
Oh,
I see
Miami.
here.
I missed it.
Let's see here.
Are you thinking of Florida?
No, I said I was thinking about O State because
Ken Dorsey,
Oh.
Willis McGahee,
Yep.
Jared Payton, Andre Johnson, Kevin Beard, Roscoe Parrish.
He was an underrated wide receiver.
Yeah, Ryan Moore, Kellen Winslow.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Eric
Before
Winston.
he started wanting to rape old ladies.
Let's see here.
CTE's real boys.
On defense, they had Sean Taylor, Andre Roll, Kelly Jennings, Jonathan Vilma,
Vilma, great linebacker.
DJ Williams.
Not a very good commentator, though.
No.
Loaded.
So they had a very loaded team.
Yeah, that was fucking. I didn't think Ray Lewis was not on that team. I thought he got drafted like in 2000.
Was it when was Ray Lewis in the Miami?
I think he was drafted in like 2000, if I'm not mistaken.
99, I think 2000.
Well, because they became a team in '99. I don't think he wasn't their first pick, was he? I think he was.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man, he was like 95.
Ray Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
When did Ray Lewis graduate? When?
He probably didn't. He just murdered. He dropped out and murdered people. It's a huge difference. Well, Kyle looks that up though. Yeah. So we brought in Ken Dorsey.
96 is when he got
drafted in 96. God damn, dude. I thought it was like
he
2000.
was part of the original Ravens.
Yeah, that was their first year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I didn't realize it was that long ago. So he was drafted the same year as my boy Eddie George. Eddie George got drafted. He won Rookie of the Year in 96. My boy.
George.
But yeah, Ken Dorsey brought in after getting relieved of his duties from the Buffalo Bills
Which I
halfway through
still
the
never
season.
understood why he got, but whatever.
Because they were turning the ball over and the offense wasn't clicking, so somebody had to get blamed. That's
Okay.
usually how that works. Sean McDermott's not going to fire
Head in a
himself.
chopping block.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. He's a scapegoat. He's not going to admit it. He's a nice guy. The offense just basically didn't turn the ball over after he got fired. Statistically, the numbers went down. They were a less efficient offense once he got fired. But because Josh Allen wasn't turning the ball over and they ran the ball a little bit more, that was all people needed to go, well, Ken Dorsey was a problem.
That makes sense.
Really wasn't.
So what was your initial thoughts? Are you excited about this?
I like it. I think he's the guy who's going to come in and he's not going to demand any type of play calling. He worked with Cam Newton when Cam Newton had his best years in Carolina. He was the quarterback coach and offensive assistant. He then went to Buffalo and same thing. Josh Allen was drafted. Josh Allen stunk when he first got drafted, turned the ball over like a motherfucker, was not, I won't say looking like a bust, but he was looking like he had the potential to be a bust. And Ken Dorsey went in there and helped him clean things up. And now he's an MVP candidate most years. So Ken Dorsey has proven that with dual threat quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Cam Newton, he can turn them into their best. He can get the best out of them. And you're now combining that knowledge of Dorsey with Kevin Stefanski, who's proven to get the best out of quarterbacks. So I love the combination personally.
What's he going to do for Watson to expand his game, you think?
I think he's just going to help him understand the game better. And the offense we're running, I think he's just going to basically like be a tutor, if you will, because it's not going to be his offense. It's still going to be Stefanski's offense, in my opinion. I don't think he's not technically an offensive coordinator.
But I think he's going to bring a new vision to the offense and give ideas as to what they can do to expand.
I think he's basically brought in to be Deshaun Watson's mentor. Yeah. He's basically going to sit down with him. They're going to go over the playbook, and Deshaun's going to say, here's what I like about this play. Here's what I don't like. Dorsey's then going to take that information to Kevin Stefanski, and they're going to work together to adapt and make changes to the offense and go, okay, this is what Deshaun can do better in this play. You want it to go here. He thinks if he goes to Y, it's going to be better, not X. And then Kevin Stefanski will go, okay, let's do that. And they're going to make changes like that. I think they're going to be a very good collaborative group. And again, offensive coordinator, use that term loosely. He's not running the offense. He's not creating the plays. I think he is more an assistant than anything.
Offensive assistant.
Yeah, he's not an actual coordinator, but that's okay. That's what Alex Van Pelt was.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Van Pelt was not in there writing up the X's and O's for the offense. He wasn't calling the plays. He is doing exactly what Dorsey did. The only problem is Alex Van Pelt was here with Baker. He was here with Jacoby Brissett. He was working with other quarterbacks. Ken Dorsey was strictly brought in because of what he can do with Watson. So I like the fit. I think it's going to be all right.
I mean, next year's a make or break for Watson, I think, in my opinion. Like, he needs to get going and get going quick.
Yeah, a lot of guys hold against him. They go, oh, he's only played X amount of games in the last 2 seasons. I don't hold the 2022 season against him. I've talked about this very openly. I know I've argued with Jory about it a few times. He was suspended. He wasn't hurt. You can't blame a guy for being suspended a certain amount of games. He was only supposed to be suspended, 4 or 5 games, whatever, from
11,
from Sue Brown or whatever her name was, or Sue Robinson, and she got overruled by Roger Goodell, and they suspended him for 11 games. So you can't hold those against him. They're like, Watson's been here for 2 years and he's only played in this many games. He was suspended. It's not his fault. Being injured, same thing. You really can't hold that against the guy unless it becomes a regular thing. He got hurt one time this year. He hurt his shoulder. He had a bad year with injuries. It happens, but it's not like it's a common thing in his career of like,
let's be honest.
He rarely plays.
When he got hurt during that Baltimore game, I knew that guy willed his way to the end of the game, though.
You could almost like see the play where he got hit on the sideline. It was a cheap shot from Patrick Queen, I think. And still completed passes, went down, won the game. I think adrenaline kicked in. And then afterwards,
perfect throwing record at the second half.
I'll never forget that week when that announcement came out where they said he's undergoing season-ending surgery. I was like, when the fuck did he get hurt?
I was in Vegas when they played Baltimore, and we were losing our fucking minds at that Browns backer bar during that game, because at the first half, we're like, we're gonna fucking lose this. And then the second half, everyone's on the fucking top of tables cheering and everything.
I was watching that one at my buddy's house. He had a big get together, and we started off. I mean, we threw a pick 6 on the first play of the game, and everybody's like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" And then Deshaun Watson, I think, was like 6 of 20 in the first half or something. He was terrible. We were getting smoked. Looked awful. Honestly, did look like a blowout. Second half rolls on. I had a little bit of faith. Fucking great comeback. And then 2 days later or whatever, we get that news that he's out for the year. And I was like, when the fuck did this happen? How is this possible? It made no sense to me. But that's the NFL for you. So I'm hoping Ken Dorsey can work with Deshaun, teach him how to be protected. The other thing that's going to help him is the protection from the offensive line, which is now going to have a new coach as well. Andy Dickerson, don't call me Andy Dick, is officially the Browns offensive coordinator.
We'd have a picture.
No picture for him.
We have a picture, but Tim failed to load it, so it's okay.
He just got hired. I also didn't want to disrespect anybody because he's got some wild hair, and I don't know if he's actually
got lost in translation
black or not.
You talking about Tim?
No.
Oh.
Have you seen what Andy Dickerson looks like?
No.
Oh, look him up. If you get it, all right, Google him now.
You said crazy hair, and you're not sure if he's black. I'm like, we don't talk about Tim like that.
I have a pretty good idea. Tim's black. Call me crazy, but no, with Andy Dickerson, it happened so suddenly. I didn't get a picture up because it happened like an hour ago. They announced the hiring
that's
of
a good fucking question.
You've never seen what he looks like, huh?
No,
I didn't know that. I thought you did. He looks like a fucking wild man. He's got he kind of looks like he'd be related to Jedrick Wills. I think everybody knows who Jedrick Wills is. Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't want to put him up there.
Yeah,
I felt like it's cultural appropriation if we posted a picture of him with his dreadlocks in Black History Month. So I just wanted to leave him off the show. Thought it was safe for everybody. See, you can't tell. I don't know.
can.
But his last name's Dickerson. That's not a black last name. But then again, maybe he's got.
I know a lot of Dickersons that's black.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Now that you mentioned it, there's a comedian.
His mom might have not been.
Very true. I don't know, but either way,
I'm looking at the. Yeah, this is the right guy.
it happened so suddenly. I didn't have a chance to do a picture.
I
Literally,
don't know, man.
The
Like,
guy from the Seahawks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I'll
so
pull
he's
him
got
up.
an afro. He's got an afro.
Yeah,
He's
I'll pull
definitely
him up though.
Yeah, white people hair doesn't grow like that. Let's just be honest.
No,
It's rare to get a nice puff like
not
that.
like that, and
but
that
then you
color.
go there, it's
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh, totally white.
Right. You look at that one and you're just like, oh,
with the low cut.
that dude's a fan of
No, no.
Macklemore. He's got a
Like
beanie on.
Oh nah, yeah, I guess you're right.
And here, yeah, looks
Now that I can see.
Which
it.
one?
this one.
Yeah, that one. He looks white as fuck.
This is the one I was looking at.
And then this one has the dreads.
Yeah, then he's dreadlocks.
Yeah,
Dude,
that one was more questionable than.
He's all over the place.
Dreads on this one.
Yeah, no, this is the one I was gonna put up.
That's a good one. See, that's the picture that they were using a lot today. I mean, either way, good offensive line coach. It really is upsetting, but I totally understand why they did it. That we had to let Bill Callahan go to be with his son.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good gesture.
It was a very respectable move. Just sucks. I liked Bill Callahan. He clearly was one of the best offensive line coaches in football. And the opportunity to play for his son, though, is once in a lifetime.
Did you see he had an interview for it? Did you see that?
No,
So
I tried to avoid it.
they said that
Heartbroken.
I know they said that he is down there interviewing for the position as offensive coordinator. I'm like, could you imagine that interview? I know it's formal, like they have
Yeah.
to say it's an interview, but like he just walks in the office and sits down for like 20 minutes.
The-
All right, you good?
The really fucked up thing, though, when you think about it, though, would be what if it sucks? Like, what if their offense is trash and his son has to fire his dad? That's funny as fuck.
Ooh, that'd be funny.
Like, if there's a Ken Dorsey situation where there's got to be a scapegoat and they're like, yeah, the offense stinks. It's not clicking. Somebody's got to go. And they're like, your dad. And he's like,
Your
I gotta
dad.
fire my dad,
Oh no,
That's fucked up. But yeah, no,
This is a good one too.
damn! Look at that.
yeah, see, you just can't tell though.
I feel like he's wearing like those one of those fake hats. Like you put it
Yeah,
on
right
as a
there.
fro.
That angle, he looks like a Bob Ross painting of Bob Ross.
Bob Ross was black.
We're
Hey,
gonna
I've never
we're
seen
gonna
his
paint some
23andMe.
happy-
You never know.
Happy little trees over here. It's like
Yeah, that's
happy
what he's
little
pointing at.
trees.
He's like, look behind me. See the foliage? Keep that up.
Happy little trees.
Um,
Little river going to a cabin in the back.
so the Browns bring in Andy Dickerson today. They just announced it to be their new offensive line coach. And
Putting it back in my way.
I think that's
no,
only,
you're fine.
that's the only openings we had open, right? Just the OC and the offensive line coach.
Yeah, because they already filled the other positions. They brought in Deuce Staley to be the running backs coach. They brought in a new tight ends coach. We got a new, I think, wide receivers coach. So they filled all the other positions, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Aside from like the minor positional coaches
was
that they
the,
might
who was
switch
the
up.
tight
Deuce
ends coach you
Staley
brought
in
in?
a
Who was it?
while.
He was with the where was he? Was he with the No, he was with the Lions. I forgot what team he was with. Deuce Staley. He was coaching somewhere.
Who was the tight ends coach you brought in?
That's a good question. I forgot his name.
I forgot who it was. 'Cause it wasn't-
Trey something maybe. That sounds right to me. I'll let Kyle look all that up.
Yeah.
I don't do any research, everybody. You guys know that. I go off the top of my head. If I don't remember it, it ain't getting talked about. But no, they filled all the other minor positional spots, so nobody too important. Ken Dorsey, the offensive coordinator, was clearly the
Oh, that's right. That's why I wanted to talk about Tommy Reese.
Tommy Reese. That's not Trey. I was close enough. No, I like the coaches that they're bringing in.
No, Tommy Reese was the offensive coordinator for the Alabama.
Yeah.
For underneath Saban for a lot of years.
Yeah,
So
so that's
he has a direct line to potentially move up to OC
absolutely.
because he has a
He's-
hell of an offensive mind in Alabama.
And if he does a good enough job with our wide receiver or tight end, receiving core, whatever, then yeah, maybe he gets promoted and goes.
went to a
who
hell of a
knows?
college, good for him. It's good.
Yeah, it's all right. Probably didn't learn much. And yeah, my biggest concern was how are we going to replace Bill Callahan? Clearly, you don't replace Bill Callahan, if that makes sense. But
We moneyballed it. We don't replace just that number. We replace multiple smaller numbers.
100%, and that's what we had to do. So bringing in Andy Dickerson, the Seahawks offensive line was pretty good. They had, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had bookend rookies last year at tackle, and both of them were really good, and they were grading out really fucking good in the NFL. Their offensive line was actually pretty good. They had a decent run game, so I think he's a good guy to bring in to not fill.
So did he get fired? Because that's a lateral move for him.
No, I think they just let him interview because they weren't going to retain him with the new head coach.
Okay,
I think
that
they were just bringing in new people because Mike McDonald got hired. in Seattle. So we could talk about that. The coaching positions are all filled in the NFL, and
Any
one
surprises?
Mr. Mike Vrabel, not
2 surprises.
Bill Belichick not getting hired is not a surprise to me
Really?
personally. He has been. The game has passed him by for years.
Yeah.
He's not a good drafter. A lot of their draft picks have sucked in New England as of late.
Does this tarnish his legacy?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it shows that he's nothing without Tom Brady.
Ooh.
Tom Brady left and won a Super Bowl on his own. Tom Brady left and Bill Belichick got fired, basically. Got out of the NFL. Think about it that way.
I guess it's true. We have to go back and see what his records were outside of Brady.
They had a really good year the first year with Mac Jones because Mac Jones, for some reason, was just a very efficient quarterback. He wasn't good, but he was efficient. They made the playoffs. They got smoked by Buffalo, and that was it. They've sucked the last 2 years. His rookie season was the only season worth noting. They have been a very bad team for 2 years. You're looking up his record?
Yeah, I'm just going through. So, I mean, he had a winning record with the Browns one season, 94.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I wasn't around then. Like, I was 5 years old when all that was happening.
When did they draft Brady?
2000, I think.
Yeah, so New England's first season.
But they had Drew Bledsoe. He didn't come in until Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
2001, they were 11-5, and then since then they were all just wins.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Bill Belichick is a bad coach. He's the best NFL head coach probably of all time. But the game has passed him by.
71 years old.
Yeah.
She keeps on passing me by.
So Vrabel, I read a story yesterday.
I think I saw that one too.
The teams were intimidated by him.
Yeah, because he's basically a no-nonsense kind of guy that is like the management, the higher ups, the owners, etc. were intimidated like motherfuckers by him because he's basically a no. This is how we're doing things. He's a big, loud dude, and teams were intimidated.
That's crazy to not get a job based on that.
Well, what's really fucked up is if you're in the NFL and you look around, what happens most in all sports? All sports are copycat leagues.
Yeah.
You look around and you go, okay, the Warriors changed the face of the NBA by becoming a shooting team. They shot more threes than anybody because they were efficient. And all of a sudden, now all anybody does in the NBA is shoot threes. Yep. They changed the game. The NFL, same kind of thing. You know, a stud quarterback is going to be the best thing you can do. So what is at a premium in the NFL? Finding your franchise quarterback. Now, when you look at it on the other side, Dan Campbell was an ex-player. He is a kind of a meathead, jock type dude who's a head coach. Great success. Things are going really well in Detroit. No one's complaining. Mike Vrabel, same thing. Ex-player, jock, kind of a meathead. Just a couple years ago, was coach of the year, had the Titans as the number 1 seed in the AFC. They were the literal best team in football, and they had half their team on the IR that year. I'll never forget that. They truly had so many fucking injuries, and they still found a way to win games and be the number 1 seed. Now, a couple years later, Mike Vrabel can't find a job because a bunch of pussy owners and front office GMs are like,
does he take the year off or does he jump on his coaching staff somewhere?
If I were him, I would take the year off. I wouldn't go to it because right now there's really not any coordinator positions open. There's nothing respectable that he could take unless he takes over for a college program. There are some people that are still dropping off. In college, there was just the Boston College head coach. He just said, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to the NFL. I got a job as a coordinator." So he bounced.
He should go get volunteer his time at Ohio State for the year.
I mean, that would be the only thing is he could help them out a little bit as like, but it's a double-edged sword because let's say he goes and takes some sort of coordinator role with Ohio State. That's such a downgrade for being an NFL head coach, in my opinion. I think he wants to stay in the NFL so his future can be in the NFL. He wants another head coaching job. So the only way to really do that is to stay in the NFL, in my opinion. And then if he goes down to college, you know what's going to happen. One bad game at Ohio State, even if they lose, or even if they win the game, if they only win by like 2 touchdowns against a shitty team.
But he could jump on as like a consultant or whatever, right?
No, for sure. But I don't think Ohio State would want him there. I don't think Ryan Day would want him there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because again,
too big in the
it's
room.
like the backup quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone's going to be like, just fire Ryan Day right now. You have Mike Vrabel sitting there. So I wouldn't. And again, I think it looks bad for Mike Vrabel to go from a head coach to a college associate.
So take the year, jump on like Fox's network, CBS's network, do some commentary maybe for the year.
I wouldn't even do that. I don't think he'd be good at it.
You don't think so?
No, I think he would drop some swear words and get fined. And
So Pat McAfee show then?
no, because then he's gonna start talking about conspiracies and vaccines.
I can't believe you don't like Pat McAfee. I really don't, man.
I just find him annoying.
That dude's hilarious.
I find him annoying. I find his shtick to be annoying.
His shtick. I think it's just who he is, 24/7.
It's a shtick. The whole I'm gonna wear a tank top and stand up, and I'm the cool guy.
Dude's got guns for days, man. Show him
He's
off.
a punter. He doesn't have guns. No, more power to him. Again, I'm not knocking him. I do find Pat McAfee entertaining every once in a while. I just can't find myself wanting to listen to him regularly, if that makes sense. Like, I don't hate him to the point where I'm like ignoring anything. If there's like a clip on Twitter that goes around, I'm like, oh, I'll watch that. But I can't do like a whole episode. And I hate that. Like, I hate that they do everything via Zoom. I don't like looking at AJ Hawk's fucking ugly face all up close. AJ Hawk, I love him at Ohio State. He was a great linebacker, but he's ugly as shit. I don't want to see his zoomed up fucking FaceTime face. I don't want to see that. Sit in the studio, bro.
Real quick, I know we have to get to NBA next, but can we please quickly talk about the WWE shit?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Vince McMahon he's a fecal-philiac. He likes shitting on people. He did you hear about all this,
You
Tim?
don't know about this, Tim? Oh, drop some knowledge on you.
A woman
Drop a bunch of shit, huh?
literally a woman came out and said that basically she had friends that knew Vince McMahon or knew somebody that knew Vince McMahon, and she lost her job, and they were like, we'll get you introduced with Vince and we'll get you a job. He saw her and fell in love immediately.
Yep. She's good looking chick.
Very good looking. So Vince brought her in and was basically like, all right, you're going to work for me and we're just going to fuck all the time.
Literally.
He literally did that to the point where he got kind of bored and was like, all right, now you're going to start fucking my friends. And she was fucking his friends.
I don't know if I
like,
should laugh at that.
to the point where they were setting up meetings where they're like, all right, what's his name? James Laurinaitis.
Yes.
They're like, all right, James says every morning before you start work, he wants you to go fuck him. And on Thursdays at 7 p.m., you're going to fuck him.
Literally, it was booked like a
Oh,
hair
it was
appointment.
scheduled. Like, you're going to go fuck this guy at this time.
She knew what she was getting into, huh?
They were getting like she was getting trains ran at her by like threesomes, two old dudes and her.
Yep.
I guess one time the
Wow.
whole shit story was that they were having a threesome and Vince like shit on her head.
He took a shit on her head and he said, I'm going to go take a shower. You stay there and keep letting my friend fuck you while you're covered in shit. And that's exactly what happened.
That's fucking crazy, man.
But I mean, when you're that rich and like Vince McMahon has probably fucked like a million chicks because he's just rich and powerful.
Yeah.
So like eventually you probably do get bored. Like I'm not condoning what he
Yeah,
did,
yeah, no,
but
you're
you probably
probably
do
like-
reach a point where you're like, normal sex just isn't fun anymore. So I gotta spice it up.
Yeah,
and literally
I gotta
or
get
stink
the
it up,
old
whatever.
shaft going, you know.
Yeah. And
No chance in hell.
yeah, normal things weren't getting him hard anymore. So he started having to poop on people.
I mean, it came out like quickly. So like the story dropped, everything came out like the text.
The dirty
Dude,
text.
his text messages.
He texts like a
He
15-year-old.
does. He spells pussy, Pussey, by the way.
Yeah.
Either he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, or he's just that stupid.
Pussy.
Pussy. It's like French. It's French for pussy.
And then he would like brag to her about how he's showing her nudes to people and how all these guys want to fuck her and how he's gonna just pass her around. And then he's telling her about
the best one is like, yeah, I was just in the control room with
Yeah,
all the
I
all
showed,
the-
like,
all the
15 guys
boys.
your
All the
nudes.
boys love how beautiful you are. They all want to take turns fucking you. You'd love that, wouldn't you?
I love also too, hey, Black History Month, where he told her how he wants to have all of her holes filled by big black dicks. And he's like, I want him to fuck you so hard that it hurts, but then it's good and you just come 10, like the biggest orgasm you've ever had with all these 10 dicks, and then you just get covered in jizz. He was so fucking dirty and vulgar for like a 70-year-old man.
I think the best part is the fact that he would name like sex toys after wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was a dirty dude. It's awesome though. It's really
He
cool.
probably
Tim,
had, like the big black dildo named the Undertaker.
yeah, if you get the chance, Tim, seriously look all this up. So because of all that, he was of course forced to resign, and Vince McMahon is out of the WWE.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And-
go ahead.
They didn't name him, but they said there is an ex MMA fighter turned wrestler that was a part of all this,
It's either CM Punk
And-
or
or the one guy
Brock
that got
Lesnar.
taken off the show, who I assume would be Brock Lesnar. Yeah. So Brock Lesnar was
Wow.
supposed to be on Royal Rumble, and all this shit broke like the week leading up. So leading up to it, Slim Jim was the main sponsor. They're
They
paying millions
paused.
and millions of dollars.
paused it.
They said, we're going to stop our endorsement of your show.
For right now, it's not cut. They didn't.
And
cut
then
it.
immediately they go, all right, we're going to make Vince resign. Vince resigns. Slim Jim goes, all right, we're back.
Yep.
Like nothing happened.
It's insane because so that week, a lot of shit happened, literally. So he got fired or he resigned. And then TKO, which I don't know if you know this, but TKO, like Endeavor or whatever,
bought the WWE,
WWE a while ago. So they named The Rock part on their board. So technically, The Rock has more power than anybody in WWE right now, including like Triple H and shit, right? And I don't know if you saw it, but last weekend, The Rock injects himself right in the WrestleMania storyline with the whole Roman Reigns bullshit. Now everyone's losing their mind. Because Cody Rhodes won the Rumble. I know we don't talk wrestling on the show, but Cody Rhodes won the Rumble. He needs to finish his story because he won it last year, didn't beat Roman. So it's a fucking shit show. Now there's this whole like we want Cody movement. Dude, wrestling is actually fun to watch right now because I think this is it. I think they got everyone. They got the hook, right? I think this is the storyline. They're pushing it right now that they want everyone to pay attention because how is The Rock going to fuck Cody, right? How is he going to screw him over? Is he going to really screw him over? Like everyone's paying attention. And I think it's going to be what it's going to come out that The Rock, I think they have a press conference tomorrow. I'm curious to see what happens.
I personally find it shitty that they're taking this moment away from Cody Rhodes because of injuries to CM Punk, because of Vince McMahon shit.
Yep.
I just feel like the way they're doing it, it like makes you not excited for WrestleMania. Like used to be a storyline would build up for like a fucking year. And then you're like, all right, this shit's going to happen at Mania. And then all of a sudden The Rock's just like, I'm in. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, how do you just do that? And The Rock's like, I'm just going to take over for Cody instead. So kind of shitty. I personally don't like it. I think it's a very, very shitty thing to do. I don't think the match is going to be good. I think The Rock hasn't wrestled in fucking 10 years. He's so steroided up right now. I don't think he's going to put on a good match.
Well, no, because if he goes to pull one move, he's going to tear something.
Yeah. And I personally don't think Roman Reigns is that great of a wrestler to carry a match. I think
he needs someone to carry. Like when he wrestled Cena can call a match and carry him
100%.
And it looked good, right?
And The Rock and Roman Reigns are two of the same kind of guys. Like they need somebody else to carry it. So those two together, I personally think it's going to be a shitty match.
To be honest, though, what they're pushing, what it seems like it'd be Seth versus Cody, which we've seen already, but those two can put on a great match.
Those two are fantastic. Like I'd watch that.
I wouldn't mind them doing what they did to Daniel Bryan like 4 years ago, where he
paralyzing him, nearly paralyzing, I should say.
Yeah, no, where he won the belt on night one or whatever. And then night two, he won night one and went and wrestled night two to get the belt. From whoever, like he beat Triple H.
I probably didn't watch it though.
So he had to beat Triple H the night before.
Okay,
and then if he did beat him, he went on to face the champion night two, and he got the belt. So he won the championship that weekend.
That's kind of cool.
They're saying that might happen with Cody, where Cody wins night one, then goes on to face whatever.
When is Money in the Bank? That's in February, right?
I think so.
That's the pay-per-view right before Mania?
No. That's the one before Mania is Elimination Chamber.
Oh, okay. So then there's no chance for Cody to get to cash in or something like that.
I was thinking that too. Like, what
if they could work that, that would be cool. Like, let The Rock and Reigns have their fight. They're both laying out there fucking dead to the world because they put on this long match. And then Cody comes in, cashes in, gets the belt. He gets his WrestleMania moment. I'd be okay with that. But apparently that's not going to happen. So never mind.
So
I mean, I feel like it's a lot of room for.
Wait, is he going to be in the Elimination Chamber?
Yes.
What do you get if you're the winner of that?
So that's what they're trying to figure out right now. So right now,
because Reigns holds both belts, right?
No, he owns one.
Rollins is the other one.
Owns the other one.
Okay, which that's not the same.
Right. It's not the same, right? They call it the workhorse one because Seth is always out there, but Seth is on a fucking limping leg right now too. Because
he had that injury a few weeks ago,
powering through until Mania to wrestle. But so the Elimination Chambers in Perth, which is in
Australia.
So that's right now they're advertising the
Down
Rock.
Under.
They're advertising the Rock.
Down Under.
So they're trying to see if there's some storyline where maybe him and Rock face each other at Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
And then that's head to the table match or whatever it is. And then that opens up the match for Cody to wrestle WrestleMania.
I would be okay with that. So they got to figure a way out.
We're curious what's going to happen.
Fuck this up because right now they're fucking it up. I guess there was a Rocky sucks chance going on in the crowd.
So that's the best. So I watched the beginning of Raw on Monday.
And that was not planned.
No, so this is the best time to watch wrestling between Rumble and Mania. This is the best time because it's good storylines, right? Yeah. And I stopped watching after Mania. But so they came out. So Seth opened the show, called Cody out. They were talking before they could even start talking. All you heard was Rocky sucks, and you haven't heard that. Even McAfee's like, "Wow, I haven't heard that since like '96."
Yeah, he ain't lying.
And then Seth is like, "I'll be honest, I did not expect to ever hear that chant."
Yeah, people are legitimately pissed.
They broke character. But here's the thing: is everyone had up pre-made signs in the audience that said, we want Cody.
The WWE gave those out.
That's what they're saying. Is
Yeah,
that the WWE gave it
WWE
out.
is promoting that because they want that to be like the thing of saying
So
we want Cody.
That's why I'm saying I think
And
that it's going to be some kind of hook coming in.
They planned that, but they did not plan the Rocky sucks chant. So when
Nope.
those were happening, the
That's
WWE's
classic.
like, oh fuck, we did not see that coming. But
That's classic.
I think it's funny. I like that they're doing it. I'm interested in seeing how this plays out. I've been
love
kind
it.
of busy. I haven't
I
had a
love
chance
good-
to
I
watch a
love
lot of
it. Well,
wrestling.
You got nothing going on now for the
Yeah,
next
now I'm
month
going to
or
be.
so.
I'm going to have weeks to watch
Catch
it.
up on
So
stuff, but I love a good male soap opera. So it's
yeah, I
worth
just hope they don't fuck over Cody and fuck this whole thing up. Just
put the belt on Cody.
my
man.
Just to
issue
prove a point.
is they've been forcing Roman Reigns down our throat for fucking years, and I get it. They want him to be the biggest thing in wrestling, and he's had the belt for so long. It's just I'm over it at this point. Give it to somebody else. Like I miss the old wrestling where on Monday Night Raw they would have a fucking championship match.
Yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't know who had the belt like
Like,
at any given time.
Any given week, like Stone Cold could come out and just win it, and you're just like, fuck yeah, what a great Monday Night Raw. Now it's like they only fight it at pay
I
per
remember
views.
watching that. This is back when I was. Geez, I'm aging myself here, but
We have an idea.
I remember I used to always record. Like I used to record Nitro and Raw, like on like VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And then before I went to school the next morning, I'd get up and watch them because I couldn't stay up late because
Yeah.
of school. Right. But I remember the night that Mankind won the belt on Raw. Like
That
he
was
beat
such a great
yeah,
moment.
he beat whatever on Raw and he won the belt. I'm like, that was fun back. in
That
the day.
history, or I'm sorry, the anniversary of that was just a few weeks ago. Like they
Uh-huh.
were
It's like-
promoting it all over
It's like a
WWE. It was
30-year
so
anniversary.
fucking
That's
cool.
how old I am.
And no, I did the same thing. I personally hated WCW. I refused to watch it. I was a WWF guy. Stone Cold was my dude. So Monday Night Raw, always watched it. Even though my mom would be like, go to bed. It's fucking 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
Go to
yeah.
sleep. I'd be like, all right. And then as soon as she walked away, click, TV would be right back on. I was watching Monday Night Raw,
I
staying up
watched
till.
Nitro because I was a huge Sting fan, so I liked watching. And this was back in this day when Sting was doing his like Crow gimmick,
Yeah.
and so he's going back and forth attacking NWO. So they had me hooked for that. Like
I'm just, not to age you more, but I'm a lot younger than you. So
you say a lot, but you're really not a lot younger than I am. Like 6 years.
that's a lot, bro.
Calm
That's a
down.
lot. That's a lot. Think about 6 years in prison. That's a fucking long time, bro.
It's a
um,
lot of dick in the shower.
hey, you said it, not me.
Jesus.
But yeah, I just look at it as like when I was a kid, I was younger, so I just thought like you had to pick a side. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck WCW.
Oh,
WWF's where it's at.
Yeah, no.
Everybody I knew, my friends, the people that got me into wrestling, they liked WWF, so I got into WWF, and that was it. But yeah, back then, you could literally have a championship match on Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't end it at 10:59 like they do now. Back then, they would straight up be like, this shit might go till 11:30. I don't know.
It's like
It's just gonna roll over.
20, it's still going.
And then it would finally end, and I was like, I don't give a shit. I'll get a nap tomorrow when I get home from
Yeah,
work.
No,
But
those are the good old days.
nowadays, there's no championship matches, and if there is, the guy's not going to lose the belt. They don't switch the belt on Monday Night Raw hardly ever. They save that shit for the pay-per-views, and then you got Roman Reigns who doesn't even wrestle at every pay-per-view. Back in the day, if you were the champion, you were defending that shit
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, maybe Roman Reigns will fight in a couple of months.
Like his promo the other night where he came out and talked about Seth Rollins. He's like, I work 10% less than you do, or 10 times less than you do, and get paid 10 times more than you do. Like,
Yeah.
like that's an actual good promo because it's true.
No, it's good. Yeah, they want him to like sound like a piece of shit, and it's working.
And he
But
does.
it's just for me, I hate it, and I'm just sick of Roman Reigns. Dude, I need something else in wrestling. It's just to me, it's
he has to be
boring.
losing the belt at Mania. Like he needs to go away. Just go away for a long time. Like the whole
And I'll die on
bloodline
this hill.
story is
The
done.
leukemia was fake. He did not have leukemia. There's no fucking way. I'm dying on that hill.
No, that was the I think that was a
They were filming the Fast and Furious movie or whatever.
Hobbs and Shaw movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He all of a sudden left because he had leukemia and battled leukemia with chemo and radiation and all this stuff, and then comes back, all of his hair, didn't lose his muscle, and he had brand new fake Hollywood teeth. You tell me who had leukemia.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Maybe he had gingivitis because he had new teeth. He did not have
Well,
leukemia.
They're tested the same, so it's okay.
Yeah, they both need the Incredible Hulk like radiation to treat. So that's what happens. But no, fuck Roman Reigns.
And that was our WWE segment for the week.
And
so.
that was it. Yeah, honestly, we don't even really need to talk about the NBA. We can gloss over that because I just threw that in there as a filler because the Cavs have been playing well.
Yeah,
but
and they're up again tonight too. So
and they're currently losing to the
Oh, I
Wizards.
thought they were winning when I last checked.
They pissed away a nice like 10-point lead.
Oh,
So
good to know.
do I think that's going to continue? No, I have faith in the Cavs winning this game. But
Hey, Darius Garland, how about you shoot a three? Just need one. Just
he
need
has
one.
2 points for the night. So
You fucking
he
piece of
can't
shit.
even hit twos, let alone threes. But Yeah, no, it's kind of ugly right now. The Cavs aren't playing that well, but the Cavs are playing decent. They're technically the 2 seed right now. There's a lot of basketball to happen. The trade deadline's coming up tomorrow at 3:00. So again, on Monday, when we do our Tabbies episode, we will recap the Super Bowl. We'll talk about the trade deadline and any big news that happens, but I don't expect much in the next 6 days. And we're going to do the Tabbies. That's going to be most of the show on Monday. So I
don't
figure we
expect
can.
I don't expect the Cavs to make any trades.
I don't either. From what I've heard, they don't have a lot of assets to trade, first and foremost. Secondly, what I hear is that they will be going off or after buyouts. So look for players that get traded. They're going to be getting bought out. That's where the Cavs are going to be trying to get somebody, from what I
Some
read.
extra, but the rotation they've been utilizing
It's really good,
has been good. It's a 10-man rotation. It's been
which
they've
JB
all been
Bickerstaff is
doing
not
well.
happy about.
Yeah, he said that.
He
He wants
admitted, he
9.
goes, I want a 9-man rotation, but I can't take away Sam Merrill because he's been playing so well. So we have a 10-man rotation.
He's been on fire lately.
Oh, for sure. He's been playing great.
I'm pissed because they never offer any bets on him.
No,
Nothing.
because he's such a back of the bench role player. They don't want to do it because then if he comes in the game and only plays like 2 minutes and doesn't score or do anything, people are going to be like, void my bet. And FanDuel's going to be like, fuck you, he played.
Yeah.
So they can't do it because he doesn't get consistent minutes. So that's one of the reasons you won't get a bet for a guy like that.
So stupid.
You really need to get consistent minutes. You say that till you bet on him, and then he comes in a game and doesn't do anything because he only plays for 30 seconds. And then they
But
don't
during
void
the
your
time
bet.
that Garland was hurt, where he was actually in that rotation for good minutes, they should have let you bet him. And they
Agreed.
didn't.
I mean, I have that issue with Wendell Carter Jr., the center for the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
He at one point had gone 10 out of 10 games. He had at least 1 3-pointer made. FanDuel would not let you bet on him for a 3-pointer,
Jesus.
even though he had hit one in 10 consecutive games, meaning at least let me make a bet that the guy's going to hit a fucking 3.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even list him. Would not make him an option. That's free money they're fucking
Do
costing
you do most of your bets through FanDuel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do a lot of my bets through FanDuel because they have the options for the alternative ones.
That's the thing. Like DraftKings has that too. DraftKings also does a lot of no sweat bets, which I like. But at the same time, I just like that I can take like the lowest stats
Mhm.
on FanDuel.
Yeah.
Like I can literally take like a dude like Jared Allen. I can take him for like 6 rebounds.
Yeah.
When he averages 12 a game.
Yeah. And I build those. I
DraftKings-
build those into parlays.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
DraftKings won't let you do that. DraftKings will probably start you at like 9 rebounds for Jared Allen
Yeah.
at alternate.
Yeah.
So FanDuel just gives me more options. So I like that a little bit better. So I go off of that.
True.
All right. We have reached the point where it's time to talk about the Super Bowl that Tim is going to have on Sunday after eating good.
Super Bowl.
Definitely a couple parties did it.
Yeah, I got invited to a couple, but again, Tara said she does not want to go anywhere. So I already game planned our weekend for us. And I said, Saturday, we're going to do nothing. Sunday, we are going to go to Pounders at
Tim,
like,
you don't got to type that in if you don't want to. So.
yeah, no, Tim, put that in there. Make Kyle's bolder if you can. Sunday, we're going to go to Pounders at like probably 1 or 2 o'clock, get a nice lunch. And then we're going to order pizza and we're going to go home and just sit, watch. I'll order the pizza closer to the game.
Bottom, you know, just
Just for those of you keeping score at
We're
home.
going to Mike and Colleen's like we always do every year. I'm in charge of doing the prop bet, so I go and scour the internet for all the prop bet sites and combine them to make my own
for like the game itself, or like you
so
doing the fun
everything.
ones of
So
like
I break it down.
national anthem.
So I do it down categories. So I do like the national anthem. I'll do like a commercial section. I'll do.
Sorry to interrupt. You needed a Darius Garland 3.
I did.
He just hit one.
Nice.
29-footer.
Perfect.
He now has 5 points for the game, and the Cavs have a 1-point lead.
But so I do like I break out in sections. So I'll do national anthem.
Okay.
I'll do like the coin flip, and then I'll do commercial bets, like a section of commercial bets.
I can't wait for the commercials.
I'll do a section of the game bets. I'll do a halftime thing, like as you know, like what kind of songs is Usher going to play or whatever. What's the first song Usher's
Who's
going to
going to
play?
be his special guest?
Right, exactly. So then we'll
gonna
do.
do, yeah.
So usually it comes to about
Yeah.
about I'd say 25 different questions.
Okay.
So whoever comes over, they do $5 a person. You answer your questions, put your name on it. At the end of the night, we'll go through and see who got the most right, and that person wins the money. So
Daddy's home.
Not bad.
Daddy's Home. What's wrong with Daddy's Home? What are you talking about?
That's an Usher song.
Oh,
I didn't know that,
That's
actually.
the first song he's going to play.
I don't. Maybe.
I did see that according to
Good,
Vegas,
good.
they have. Who's the first person? There's somebody that's like the heavy favorite to be the guest. One of his guest vocalists. I don't remember who. It wasn't Ludacris and it wasn't Usher or Lil Jon. Those two are minus money, so that means they expect them to be there. But it was Justin Bieber, Lil Jon, Ludacris, and there was somebody else. Maybe Alicia Keys. Does he do a song with Alicia Keys? Maybe
My
that's
Boo.
who it was. Maybe that's it.
My Boo. I don't know if he'll do My Boo. I think he might bring out 21 Savage for good.
Let me see if I can find it.
He's bringing out Taylor Swift. She's gonna
Taylor
fly,
might
she's-
come out.
she's gonna fly
She's
down.
on there, but
She's gonna fly down from the
she's
Raptors.
way far down. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, so we have the Super Bowl special guest performer. We have at minus 550, the heavy favorite, Alicia Keys. In second place at minus 440, Post Malone. Does he have a song with Post Malone? I don't really listen to modern
I
music,
don't
so I have
know.
no idea. Minus 215 is, this changed. This is different. This isn't the list that I saw the other day because I saw a list that had Lil Jon and Luda as favorites. Now this one's got like Justin Bieber or Pitbull and shit like that. So I swear I found it. I must have been a different website.
I can somewhat see Justin Bieber, but I don't know because Justin got a little bit of negative behind him.
Yeah, and he's got that like health condition too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can still perform. He had like basically a stroke almost or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I just
Kiki Palmer.
basically if they don't do then what a waste of a fucking Super Bowl. And I'm talking full version with Luda, and I want Lil Jon screaming into that damn microphone.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do that, it's a waste. You wasted the Super Bowl, in my opinion. But should be a good game. Again, I'm going in 55-45, kind of rooting for the Chiefs. It's hard to root for the Chiefs because Browns fans hold grudges. I do too. So you would think that I would hold one against them because they beat us.
Personal reasons though.
Yeah, but I hate Tom Brady, so fuck it. Browns aren't in the Super Bowl. I can't hold a grudge.
Mahomes has got what, 5 more rings to catch?
Yeah, he can get his third on Sunday. So he's inching closer, and he's only 26 years old or something like that. He's still young as fuck.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to change his game a little bit the older he gets.
I think he'll be fine. He's so good.
Okay. All right. Just saying he's not a pocket passer.
He really doesn't run that much though, unless he needs to. He's not
But
like a
he moves
scrambler.
outside the pocket a lot to get those passes.
You could do
open.
that in Ben Roethlisberger was doing that forever though. If you're big enough and you can avoid, if you're just good at avoiding tackles or sacks, then you're fine. You could do it at any
All right.
age.
I believe in you that you believe in him.
He hasn't steered me wrong yet. He's pretty damn good. I mean, multiple championships already,
How about his-
multiple
How about his
MVPs.
dad getting arrested for another DUI?
That happens. It's like his third one. He's gonna get a little jail time.
Someone shared a meme. It was like, here's Pat Mahomes and here's Jackson Mahomes and here's the dad is like walking up. Every fucking time I leave you two, you guys cause problems.
Dude, I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes. Like that's like a black cloud over his life is just his family
fucking
being embarrassed.
family, yeah.
His wife can kind of be embarrassing sometimes. His brother's a
matured-
fucking
she's
weirdo.
matured a little bit more though.
He probably had to talk to her. He smacked her around a little bit. That'll come out in 10 years after he retires.
Well, you see the one thing where there's someone on TikTok who does like great lip readings, like they can.
Oh, I
read you.
love those.
So the one they were at a basketball game and like
Now, is they're real or they're making fun of
no,
like,
no, this is real. Like they read. the
Oh,
lips.
I like the ones where they make fun of
No,
people.
no, this is real. So
do
like they
fake lip
read the
reading.
lips and they were at a game and like Pat Mahomes at sidelines, he said something to Brittany and Brittany turns to her friend and like the lip reader says, he told me to stop having a resting bitch face. It's like, damn,
fair.
that's true. True.
Because he's probably like, listen, you're going to go viral. Everyone's going to be like, look at her fucking face. Like, just stop, prevent it. That's easy. Prevent it.
Smile more, bitch. All right, so Super Bowl.
Yeah, I am pulling for the Chiefs. I'll give my pick in advance. I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't bet against Patrick Mahomes.
I was told that I cannot root against Taylor Swift. Therefore, I am rooting for the Chiefs as well.
Damn, based on Kyle's record, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
Based on Kyle's playoff record, I want it on record that
Yeah, I don't
was
want
good
you
for
to
regular
Can you pick
season.
the Niners, please?
No.
That's hilarious. It's crazy because I don't think they're gonna allow a Taylor Swift curse. Like,
Honestly, like the NFL got so many new fans this year because of Taylor Swift. Like people that are like mostly women, but people that are trying to like get into football. That like, yeah, if they lose the Super Bowl, people are gonna be like, this is bullshit. They're gonna hate the NFL, and the NFL knows that's a lot of money. I don't think it's rigged. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I don't think they're gonna fix the game to make sure the Chiefs win. I just think that the Chiefs are going to win because the Chiefs are a better team.
There's odds on him asking her to marry him on the fucking field
And-
after the game.
And there's also the super diehard right-wing Republican conspiracies. Did you see all those?
No.
They say that the fix is in. The NFL wants to make sure that they win the Super Bowl, the Chiefs, so that after the game, Taylor Swift can go on the field and endorse Joe Biden. on live TV after the Super Bowl because that's going to make millions of people vote for Joe Biden over Donald Trump.
Here's the thing that makes me laugh is that everyone knows that Taylor Swift is a Democrat. Right?
They were talking about that on Rover this morning.
See how that's going to change anyone's mind.
The one guy, Charlie, goes, "Do you?" Or no, it wasn't on that show. It was on 850. I'm sorry, it was on Rizzo, and somebody on the show was like, "Do you really need Taylor Swift to tell you who she's not voting for?"
Yeah,
like,
right? Like,
is it not that fucking
everyone
obvious?
knows that who she's going to vote for, right?
Now, if she came out and put on a MAGA hat, that would be funny as fuck. If she, because she's wearing a fucking Travis Kelce jersey and then throws on a matching MAGA hat, that would be funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you, that'd be really cool.
It'd be like a WWE swerve right there.
Yeah, but if you zoom in, it says "Make America Gay Again." That would be really fucking cool.
Like a double entendre.
Looks just like his hat, but it's a little bit different. That would be fucking sweet. But yeah, no, I think it's safe to say she's not going to endorse Trump, so we don't really need her to go out and endorse anybody else.
And that's the thing too. Like she does have a lot of sway, right? If she got behind some other candidate, right? Whatever, I could see it, but who fucking cares?
But again, who she's going to vote for. Like, it's not a surprise. Like if she came out and was like, "Hey, vote for Biden," and people are going to be like, "I did not see that coming." Like, get the fuck out of here. Come on.
I think she's big enough right now that she's not going to get herself into that field.
And me personally, I don't want to endorse either of them. Like, America's pretty fucked right now with those two, if that's who it is. I
want to see him arm wrestle. Whoever wins that, I'll vote for.
I mailed my absentee ballot form because I like to vote in the mail. I sent out for my request today to get that for the primary or whatever the fuck the one that's coming up where you pick the party person. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, I'm not voting for either of the main two guys. So I got to really start doing some homework here. Because 4 years ago, I was all about Mike Bloomberg because I hated Trump and I hated Biden. So here we are at it again. I don't want those two to be the representatives, but it's more than likely going to be the case, which is fucking annoying because we deserve better as Americans. Not to get political.
It's going to be curious what happens after the South Carolina primaries. Because that's where Nikki Haley's from, South Carolina. If Trump mudstops her down there.
Was that real where there was a state, I forgot which one, that came out where they voted for none of them and Nikki Haley got like 30% of the votes, but then like 60% was none of them?
I don't know. I'd have to look. I didn't see that.
I saw that like this morning, I think.
I'd have to look it up.
If it was like, I want to say like Nevada, maybe there was some state.
Nevada just had their primaries.
That might have been it then. That I think it might have been Nevada that it said 60 point whatever percent of the votes said not any of them, because Nikki Haley was second with 31%. So they said people would rather vote for nobody than Nikki Haley.
Let's see here, Nevada primary.
If it was real, it could have been I think I read it at like 5 o'clock this morning. I was half asleep, so it could have been a fake parody account.
You are correct.
It is real.
AP News: Nikki Haley loses Nevada Republican primary to none of these candidates.
Nobody, none of these candidates won. Okay, fair enough. Which, not wrong. We have the worst candidates from both sides. I'm not playing sides here. The Republican and the Democrat side. We have the worst people.
So Trump wasn't even on the Trump wasn't on it. Yeah, wasn't even on the thing.
Yeah, he wasn't on it. So that's why Nikki Haley still came in second.
Because it doesn't award any delegates.
Yeah,
at all. So he wasn't even part of it. So he wasn't even an option to vote for. So it was her versus anyone else in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So
and they said, we'll take anybody else.
Dude, talk about a resume killer.
I really thought that was like fake when I saw it. I'm like, is this an Onion story? But apparently it was real.
So hers is South Carolina. That's the big one. So if if he wipes the floor with her there, then
she's dropping out.
She's probably dropping out. I wouldn't doubt it if he doesn't pull her in to be a candidate, though. We'll see. But
yeah.
Anyways, politics section. We're all over the board today.
We talk about it all on this show, boys.
This is so tough. I really don't know. Like,
I was giving Tim time to think.
I rock with Purdy. Like I've been rocking with Purdy all year.
If Tim goes with Purdy and the Niners lose, he and I tie, which we haven't decided a tiebreaker. We could do. I guess we could do closest combined score if you want. We'll have to add that in there just in case we tie. But that's only if he picks. I didn't come into this going, I have to pick opposite of Tim to win. I just went with my gut. So I'm going Chiefs. So if Tim goes with the Chiefs because that's his gut, totally respect it. That means I have no chance of winning. And I totally respect that. I did the same thing with Kyle when he and I are close at the end.
If you guys tie, I'll bring in a scorpion wing for both of you to eat. One.
Well, Tim, congratulations on your win.
Well, I will take the win because I can't go against the Chiefs in this game.
I respect it.
Right. But I will be rocking for the Purdy all day.
I used to hate the Niners, and this was back when Baker was here because they embarrassed us. And Nick Bosa came out and fucking did the flag plant, and I found that disrespectful, so I hated the Niners. But
I might want that wing. Right?
Kyle, you get a wing just for winning the challenge from
Yeah.
Kyle. And you get a scorpion wing.
You get a wing. You get a wing.
He's like Oprah. All right, so we got a clean sweep for Kansas City, which doesn't bode well. Excuse me, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna go against my gut just to try to win.
Like you said, they got the best defense Pat didn't have.
They really do. Their defense they're I think the only defense in the league that didn't give up 27 points or more all season.
If the Chiefs has the same lead the Lions have, there's no way that happens.
They hold on to that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely dope to see, San Francisco fight back, but
That was really awesome game. I mean, they made it interesting because at first it looked like a fucking blowout and an upset, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I want to watch a really good playoff game, and these games suck. And then the Niners came back and made it a really good game.
Yeah, better team doesn't make that happen. Doesn't let that happen. So
I agree. So clean sweep for Kansas City, and we will of course recap that Super Bowl on Monday. I don't really have like a full detail of why I picked the Chiefs. It's literally just because Patrick Mahomes is good and rarely loses, and I want him to win because of the Tom Brady situation. So that's just the only reason I'm going for it. That's just me personally. With that being said, we have reached the end of the show, everyone's favorite time, and that is, of course, just the tip.
everybody does love when they can
Just the tip.
put the tip in.
It's beautiful.
And I'm gonna put mine in.
Slide it in, Tim.
And that is gonna be a Jazzin comedy show.
Let's go.
So it's Key Silly. She brought me in as her feature. That's the Brist. That's my Brister, man. Anytime.
This is tomorrow.
This is
Or no, I'm sorry. I got
Saturday.
I read it wrong where it says February 8 underneath. I thought it was the 8th. I got you. So it's the 10th. That makes sense.
10th. It's February 10th. 8 to 10:30 is the show. I will be featuring for Key Silly. She is the headliner. D1D, that one dude. That's the homie. I holla. Definitely family love. Like comedy, we so close for real. And this is all like basically family comedy. It's $20 for. It's a great venue. I love Jazzin. Jazzin was definitely my favorite show that I was able to be a part of last year, and to be able to come back and do this show again, I'm excited. The last time I did it, I guest spot, and even the guest spot was awesome. So
Nice.
I'm glad to go back. The venue is always fire. The way that they actually watch the comedy is always appreciated.
Oh yeah.
So it was definitely my favorite room. Come on back down to 55th and Cedar. It's the safe area, 55th. Not to say that there might
No
not be
highway
no
shootouts.
right.
At least probably not.
No, there'll be like 3 shoots over.
So just park close.
Right. No, it's a really nice location. The parking, they have a lot of parking because they got like a lot of land next to it.
Okay.
So you park on the grass and for some of them, but
Okay.
it's still a lot of space. They usually have like food. Last time they had walking tacos. Time before that, it was like full-fledged like food. Like I didn't get no plate, so I couldn't remember, but
but it was there.
it was there. The bar's nice, the staff is nice, the owner's nice. It's a amazing place, and I'm glad to be going back. That's this Saturday.
My phone.
Jesus. And I have more shows to bring up next week because next week is the big show.
The big one.
Yeah, but this one is I'm glad I'm able to do this one because this is just as big the way it felt, to be honest. The Funny Bone it's a whole nother atmosphere.
Hell
But
yeah.
this room feels like how I expect the Funny Bone to be. To be
Okay.
honest. This was an amazing.
This is a
venue.
good lead up to the Funny
Yes,
Bone.
It's amazing.
Fuck yeah. Check that out on Saturday night, 8 to 10:30.
Speaking of big things, you see Drake leaked his own like naked picture.
I feel like it's AI, not
Think
real.
so?
Yeah.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's on Twitter. So I'm going through.
Yeah, I
and,
didn't
like,
want to see it.
I didn't want to
It
see
was
it
on
either.
Twitter, and I happened to look at. There's just a video, and I'm
All of a
like,
sudden, I see this
what's
fucking
going
thing
on?
that's
And then I
flagging in
see
the wind here. It's
yeah.
like
he's just flopping around a weird, limp, wet-looking dick, and I was like, what the
Wait,
fuck?
so it's a full like you
full
see it?
on.
Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
it's from a weird below angle too. It's
Yeah.
weird. He's like laying in a bed, and
It's like the kid like
somebody was filming it from his feet.
Yeah, it's
Very strange.
yeah.
But-
Quite interesting.
They broke the video down today on Rover, and they are all in agreement. They think it was AI. They think it's fake.
So
It's for publicity for Drake because
so someone on there's like, we need one of the many women he's fucked to come out and just be like, confirm or deny.
Yeah.
You think that's gonna happen?
I don't know. He might have those NDAs locked up pretty tight though.
Fuck it. Somebody better slip.
All right, good transition into my tip of the week.
Kyle's tip of the week is watch Drake's dick
Watch
video.
Drake's dick video. It's called Drake the Snake. It comes.
Drake the Snake Roberts. He's a new wrestler.
He, again, we don't
He
talk
showed
about
it in
this
Black
shit.
History
We don't talk in Black History Month.
It was weird looking though. I'll be
Canadian Black
honest.
History Month. Anyways, on Netflix, there's a thing that just dropped. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. It's I think it's an hour and 20-minute, hour and a half, whatever episode about the night that they recorded the "We Are the World" song, which we all know. We've all seen it probably a couple times.
We are the children.
Great meaning behind why they did it. You know,
Not a better place.
It's a classic.
very classic. But I didn't know like some of the shit. Like one, I didn't know that they recorded it after a night of AMA awards. Like
Because that's why everybody was together.
right.
Yeah.
So the fact that everyone went and celebrated the award show and then went to the studio right afterwards and recorded the song. They got all these big people and personalities into here. It was written just 3 weeks prior by Michael Jackson and what's his name? Dude,
Macaulay Culkin.
no, the dude right there in the front. Who is that?
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie. That those two wrote the song, and they got everyone together to sing it. There's a lot of funny stuff that happens during it. People got a little drunk. Waylon Jennings said, "Peace the fuck out. I'm out of here." When Stevie Wonder tried to get them to sing in Swahili, and he's like, "No country boy sings Swahili here," and he pieced the fuck out
That's fair.
and walked out the door. But it's really good. It talks. I mean, they recorded from like 9 o'clock at night to like 7 o'clock in the morning. One take. Not one take, but they just recorded everything then, and that was it.
Yeah.
But if you get a chance, watch it. I mean, it's a good. I mean, a lot of people in there, a lot of big stars in there. It's worth watching. I thought it was pretty good.
Was it really as egotistic as they try to make it seem? Like,
What do you mean?
like as far as like just
Was that
all the
'cause of
egos that was there? Yeah.
So Quincy Jones, who's the one that directed the whole thing, basically put a note in the front door that says "Leave your ego outside," like check your ego at the door, because like they're like if we get all these artists together, one person has an idea, everyone gets an idea, like how they want to show themselves in this, and he's like, no, it's my way, and that's it. Like
Yeah, that's fair. That's the way to do it.
He paired everyone together strategically, like he said, you guys sing together, you sing together, you sing together. Then halfway through, it almost went off the rails because Stevie Wonder tried to have some like his own ideas come into it. Prince was asked to be in it. He's like, I don't want to do it.
And they just unplugged Stevie Wonder's microphone. He had no idea.
Yeah.
So he just kept singing.
Well, there's a funny part in the thing we're recording where him and Ray Charles go to the bathroom together, and Steve was like, I'll show you the way. And literally everyone's like, no shit, the blind leading the blind. It actually
And
happened.
it's happening. Like
Yeah.
who's in there helping them guide their dicks into the toilet?
But a real
I feel bad for the janitor after that.
a real sad story is that so Prince was dating this chick. I forget her name, but they invited her.
Apollonia?
I don't know if it was
No.
something. I forget her name, but they invited her in
She's the only
hopes,
girl I know that
Vanity.
he dated.
in hopes to getting Prince to come. Like they kept on asking her, "Where's Prince?" And she's like, halfway through the night, I realized I was only there as like bait to get Prince to come.
Well, if they wanted to get Prince to come, they probably should have invited a dude because he was a little on the oh, not that kind of come, huh?
Heyo.
Prince had hosts.
Yeah, he did. Have
Hey,
a lot of-
where do you think he got his clothes from? You don't get all that purple in the men's section.
If you get a chance to watch it, it's definitely good. It's worth a watch. It's a quick watch.
I'll check it out. I want to see it for sure. I heard good things. My tip of the week is an album that came out a couple of weeks ago. It's called Peanut from Lil Dicky. It is. I love his show, Dave. I think I've talked about it on here. I've probably used it as a tip before. I think that show is fantastic. It is basically a play on his actual career of him being this white guy that's trying to become a rapper and lives in LA and is meeting all these famous people and kind of not taken seriously because he writes a lot of comedy raps. And the first season of the show was phenomenal. Truly some of the best TV I've ever seen. The second season, in my opinion, wasn't very good. And then the third season was very good again. So it got back on track. And this album will not make a lot of sense to people that don't watch the show. I'll be very honest about that. Most of the songs I've heard on the show, and they're just now recorded onto an album. And he's talented as fuck. His wordplay is very clever. There's a few songs on there that I don't really like, so I'll skip them. But for the most part, I love the album. I think it's really good. It reflects on the show for me, and personally makes me want to go back and rewatch the show from the beginning. So I probably will be doing
So you're
that.
saying
very
they got
soon.
back on track on season 3?
Yeah, very much
season
so.
2 went off the fucking rails.
Season 2 was, I personally, every episode, I'm like, what the fuck are we watching? Like, this
Yeah.
isn't the same show. And
I
then,
didn't even watch season 2,
oh, you didn't?
and I'm a Dave fan.
I
Like,
pushed through season 2 just to watch it, thinking it was going to come back on track eventually.
There are a few things from this album that kind of line up with season 2. So I say, if you plan on listening to the album, watch season 2.
Okay.
And then season 3 was great. So definitely watch season 3. And most of these songs were featured in season 3.
was it on Hulu?
I think so. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And like again, personally, I'm probably going to go back and rewatch from season 1. I want to see season 2 again now that this album's out.
Can y'all give me y'all login?
I don't actually have Hulu. I'll probably watch it on.
No password sharing. They locked down.
I'll give you my illegal websites
Especially
that
in Black
I use.
History Month.
I can't get it in Black History.
I feel like they would let Tim slide in Black History Month, right? They're like, we'll let you use this password, but on the day after the 29th, because it's a leap year, they're like, we're cutting that shit off. But no, I'll probably watch it on my illegal site because I think Hulu doesn't Hulu even have commercials too.
Yeah,
I don't like
I don't have
commercials.
commercials.
I don't like
I
that.
like
I pay for the upgrade.
I just go on the illegal websites and there's no
I'm gonna just go
commercials
to
there.
Kyle's house. He said I'm welcome at any time.
Hell yeah, you are. But yeah, so if you like Dave, if you like Lil Dicky, A, check out the show Dave, and then B, check out that album. It's good as fuck. It's funny. I liked it a lot. So I've been listening to it on repeat for weeks now.
Oh, I didn't even know this came out, so I definitely just added it to.
A couple weekends ago, it just came out. But again, a lot of the songs you're going to be like, all right, it's not bad. But then when you see the show and you see that how he made that song in the show, you're like, okay, that makes sense. It's really good.
I mean, I feel like he does that all the time because even like his first album,
Yeah.
When he dropped Pillow Talking,
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't even know the song had already existed.
And when he did the on whatever it's called, the Breakfast Club or whatever, he did most of the song Bruh that he put on his album. He does that in the show also to like show his trajectory of his career, of how he went on a radio morning show, had to rap, and it became huge. It went viral. He made it into a song.
Yeah.
So like he incorporates his real life into the show and then turns it into songs. And the way he did it on this album was fucking fantastic. And again, I went back and watched a bunch of the videos, and like on his YouTube, he made a music video that's not a real music video. So it like shows you clips from the show and then how he like made that song for the album from the show. And you're like, oh fuck, like I want to go back and rewatch it now. Like that's 100% what it did to me. It made me want to go back and rewatch season 3.
Oh, Dickie, you're amazing.
Yeah, he really is, dude. He's talented as fuck. I find him hilarious. So check it out.
Can we get an Eminem versus Lil Dicky? Rap
Eminem
album?
would destroy him.
I don't know. I feel like it would be both. He would destroy him like just straight off. Like
He would ruin him. Lil Dicky would have a good, like, assuming they were
just
doing.
be funny.
Yeah, I think it would just be entertaining. But I think in the end, like Eminem would like Lil Dicky would be funny as fuck. Eminem would just be ruthless, and that would make.
I think he would make it funny too. Like
He could.
I feel like he would do.
You see
He would pull out
Benzino
that.
came after Eminem.
Yeah, kind of. And like I didn't listen to it because I saw
I
that
listened to it.
he had people.
I heard it was actually good.
I heard it was good, but that's because he had people writing.
Ghostwriters. They said
Oh, that's
Everyone-
crazy.
everyone-
He's
everyone
like, yeah,
came
some
out-
guys fed me lines and did this and did that.
everyone came out and said, "There's no way you wrote that yourself." That's
And he owned up to it. Like it's out that he didn't do it.
so does
I
Em-
didn't listen to
does
it.
Em even reply then? It's not even worth it. Probably.
Well, according to Don P today on Facebook posted and said that Benzino technically won. He thinks he won that round because of that song. But I feel like if you had people write it for you, you didn't win.
yeah,
In my opinion, I didn't listen to it. I don't respect Benzino. He's not a big enough person to fucking talk to even say Eminem's name, in my
Em
opinion.
brings up Benzino a couple times.
Because they had a beef in
They
the
did
past.
have a beef.
But I feel like Eminem has surpassed him so far that like he doesn't even need to acknowledge it. Like, what are you getting out of it? If anything, you're just helping Benzino stay relevant. I would say fucking ignore him. Look what he did MGK.
That's
Ruin that guy. Like
Couple times.
Benzino won't go away.
he-
Benzino's like herpes.
Yeah.
He just nobody wants him around and he comes back every few years. So he is literally the herpes of rap because of Eminem.
I heard this rap is crazy.
So I personally don't listen to Benzino. I don't even know, is he like big in the rap community? I wouldn't think so because
I mean,
I'd assume
I've never listened to him.
I couldn't tell you one actual Benzino
I
song
only came
that doesn't
across-
involve him
I
talking
only-
about
I
Damn,
only
Eminem.
it's
came
Black
across-
History Month. You should know. What?
Yeah, nope. Only rappers I respect, Tim.
I don't even
I
know
only came across
anything
the.
he says.
I came across the disc because it was on TikTok. Like the whole thing was on
Yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
and it sounded good. But then I was reading the comments, were like, "This is 100%."
Yeah, he didn't write it.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck Benzino. All right, that's gonna do it for this week's episode, everybody. I think you guys are all good.
good.
We are going to catch up with you very shortly on Monday. Check it out. The Tabbies, again, dress nice, grab your champagne. It's going to be a nice award ceremony. So we will talk to you guys again then. Thank you for watching. Cleveland, that was for you.